Ice caps are melting and polar bears are drowning.
Global warming is dressed up as science.
You might have to sacrifice,
But it's not science.
and change your surroundings. Prepare to sacrifice.
It's propaganda.
I love to party with the New World Order. What's his name? Kissinger? That's my man. Brzezinski? He got the plan. Rockefeller? Keeping Manhattan vibrant. Are you familiar with some of these names I say? They've been controlling your life all over. I've been studying these creatures who've been working for a long time, lurking in the shadows and they working for the wrong kind. Never in my travels have I come across the more crime-ridden gaggle of jokers. Now this could be the all-time. They love to blast girders, torture sheep and ass herders, steal a couple trillion, man, I'm telling you, they class burglars. No doubt could be cast about them, see that as unheard of. They got away with robbery, racketeering, and mass murder. This world
You want to hear them
going up in flames, and nobody wants to take the blame. Continue to let these people rule, and I promise you, your climate's gonna change. Your climate's gonna change. Yeah. The banksters got all your servants on the take. They pose as altruists with all the apple pies they pay. I sympathize with all the folks who aren't aware, and all of the sheep that I meet in the street and try to speak sense to who do not care. Cause they watch CNN and Fox and they think that it's all a game, but they don't understand that's Pentagon run. Their climate's gonna change. This world is going up in flames, and nobody wants to take the blame. If you continue to help perpetuate this game, I promise you, your climate's gonna change. You comfortable? Your climate's gonna change. Ready for your carbon credits? Obamanoids?
You can't say that CO2 will dry planet. It certainly never did in the past.
They've just been told lies. That's what it comes down to.
I've been analyzing this, they keep spraying in the air. People walking around in a daze unaware. There's nothing left in their memories to compare. The deep blue azure skies that used to be there. Look up, and you'll see what I say. The hideous plans to alter your DNA. You were just a slave, let's get that out the way. But that all can stop if you cease to obey. If you believe that you can slip right through the cracks, homie, you just haven't been examining the facts. I know you think it's cool to sit back and relax. Now your breath they poison, soon your breath they'll tax. American soldiers are training to take you under as they guard the very heroin that's got them hooked in record numbers. The machine is infallible, it never blunders. CIA #1 smack dealer if you ever wonder. Ask my homie Gemini, Senor Paul. You better school him. 9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job. 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 This world is going up in flames, and nobody wants to take the blame. Continue to let these people rule, and I promise you, your climate's gonna change. Your climate's gonna change.
We are in process of developing a whole series of techniques which will enable the controlling oligarchy have always existed and presumably always will exist to get people actually to love their services. So this seems to me the ultimate in malevolent revolution, shall we say.
The demoralization process in the United States is basically completed already.
And it has. Absolutely. How's everybody doing tonight? Super, you still out there? I'm guessing that's a yes, probably. Hey, Ryan. Gonna make a lot more noise now.
Well, you muted me for a while.
Yeah, you were dropping bolts and
Yeah,
nuts.
I know. Sorry about that.
Only reason. So, how's your day been?
It's been okay. So far, everything's going good. I fixed
California treating you good?
I fixed my wife's car, and she basically bought me all the stuff I need to get my drift cart going. She bought me all the stuff I needed for it just because I did that for her.
Nice.
Even though, she doesn't have to do that. Yeah, it's pretty nice, I thought. Okay, what the fuck? Really, dude?
Did you fix it?
Seriously? Fucking dumbass.
What do you do now?
Well, I had these two brand new cans of fucking carburetor cleaner sitting here, and fucking bumped into the garbage can and knocked them off of there and busted the cats off both of them. Somebody did, or the wind did it, whatever the fuck it was.
Nice.
That's fucked up.
A relaxing day. I worked a 6-hour
Nice job.
shift. Actually, 7-hour shift.
You didn't hear the kablam?
Nope, I didn't hear the
Fucking
kablam.
cans fell off there.
Again?
Fucking went kablam and broke both caps everywhere.
Don't you have any
See that?
more of the little nozzles laying around?
See the plastic? Well, no, the nozzles are fine because the caps were on them, but the caps shattered off when they hit the ground. So it did its job. It kept it from breaking the can or making it permanently. So this is what I've been working on.
So did you watch any of the Katy Perry launch into space, dude?
Yeah, some of it. Watch some of it.
Did you see the door thing?
The door thing? Yeah, I saw it. I knew there was going to be something like that. There always is. There's always a little hidden
The girl
thing.
should have read the script better.
Yeah, or something, huh? She might get fired, or she might not be going to space again. She
Well,
tried
they
to open a
figure
door
everybody was gonna
that
be
they
videotaped.
supposedly can't open, right? Oops.
Yeah. Yep.
Just showing you it's a stage set, dude. It's all
They broke the fourth wall,
CGI.
dude.
Yep, they broke the fourth wall. That's it.
This space thing is getting weirder. Ain't it?
That's what happens when you get dingy chicks that know how to sing for some reason. And dance, I guess, but that's about all they can do.
Yeah. They'll do anything for money.
You know they practice that many times. Don't touch the door, and dumbass did anyway. So excited to kiss the ground.
Yeah, well,
So excited to kiss the ground and do their part.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they thought they could take that out and edit, just like everything else, dude.
I know, when she opened the door. Like, did you see when she tried to open the door by accident? They were like, no.
Before they even got to it, the basil walked around the back, fell down.
Yeah.
And then he opens the damn thing anyway. 40 seconds. That's supposed to depressurized.
Super, you got 6 tracks.
Yeah, I thought there was a lock from the outside that they couldn't open.
It's still from space, bro. They had to be pressurized, right? Like an airplane, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. They're higher than an airplane ever would go, dude.
What got me most is the hair and makeup.
Well, the hair and
It
makeup.
says it all.
Gotta have the hair and makeup.
Wasn't the machine wasn't dirty at all.
Saddlebum's in here. Hey, Saddlebum. Hey, you're on. How you guys doing tonight? You should go work at Arby's for a day. You'll enjoy it.
That's my bone.
I want to play one of Jim Anus's right quick. He's got one about Jupiter FX. I wanted to see this thing. I didn't get to look at it yet.
I'm trying to put this layer in my pocket so I don't lose it. I have a bad habit of losing layers.
Let's put it big. Make it big.
I don't know how I got the screw out of there, but it needs to go back in there somewhere.
The screw?
Fuck yes. I'm going to have to take the clip off. The flat screen.
God. YouTube shorts are getting stupider and stupider. I swear to God.
Stupider, dumber and dumber, or stupider and stupider?
No, they're instead of even setting up a plot, they'll give you like the end of the movie. They'll make a short out of it. It's stupid.
Yeah.
You won't be able to. If you don't watch the series at all, you won't get a clue to what's going on the set. It's just dumb. Oh, here we go. Nope. I'll take no. You see the moons on the outside of that sucker, though? Yeah, that's what those are. Mikey's got pictures of them. They don't look like moons. Hey, Mojo. Got 8 people in the house. On a moonlit night with Turkish light. That is a bright moon, though. I mean, whatever it is. That's a bright light. Let's put it better. The source of that light is not a planet. I can almost guarantee it. I think it's 5 minutes long. Yeah. Everything there. Sugar changes color a good bit, doesn't it? Hey, Scott. How you do? Right here. It's over with. Better rush down and get your shot. Hey, Phil. I got a volume thing on the screen. Jim. Nice. Yeah, Mr. Anus does put out some good work, doesn't he? Not too shabby of a dude. Oh, anything else new with you there, Ryan, besides fixing the wife's car? Getting your motorcycle running? Gonna cruise the block? I'm gonna go with yeah. That's nice to hear. We're sitting here staring at the light. I don't know. Squishy planet named. I named it so it's mine. What planet is that? The squishy planet. I gotta show everybody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, why not? They'll like it. What does this say? Uh-huh. I'm trying to. What kind of car is it? That's an Imperial. It looks like maybe. Got some die-cast cars sitting in front of me here. Check them out. Put me on camera. I think it's an Imperial. Not really sure. Got nice wheels though. The doors actually work too. Well, there's only one way to go, Mr. Sidewinder. It's either it is or question. Duh. I thought I'd go over Saab's last debate. We got a new character in the bunch. I got a black one too. Are you ready for some Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind? Mr. Saab, or Dave, as you call him. Nice guy. Excellent debater. Kept a level head the whole time. With this Mike Vargas guy, whoever the hell that is. I heard he was a McToon fan for some reason. We'll cue up the debate. We'll start it where it starts, hopefully. He looks like a happy guy, Mike. Here we go. Grandpa Saab. Infinitely aware, or awareness. Whatever infinite awareness is. That was a kick-ass name. And what has he got in front of him here? We're fixing to find out. Hey, Saab. I hope you don't mind me going up. This is a good one, though. You got this boy going for a while.
There's LJ. I saw LJ in here a little bit ago. Next chapter. All right. We got a lot of great people in here tonight. So far, it looks like right now we've got 72 watching. That'll probably get a lot greater as time goes on because for some reason notifications don't seem to go out for this show, but that's okay. We know we're shadow banned, and that's what tells us that we are right over the target.
Yep, I'm with them there. And the Pink Floyd cap.
So I'm going to bring up Chicago Cubby Bear. You're going to be moderating tonight. How are you doing?
Good. Got a full belly. I'm ready to do this thing. So,
all right, man. Great.
Best of luck to both of you.
And let me see here. Let me get over here. And we got to do this proper. I know what I got to do. One thing. All right. I got to do this real proper. You got to. Here we go. And I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. Mike Vargas. whom I've been conversing with on Facebook for about the last week or so. Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Woo-hoo!
Oh, it's not working. Why isn't it working? I had cheer and applause coming up.
I hear you cheering.
Oh, you hear it? Is
I
it
get
playing?
Should be on his
Oh,
end.
there it goes. I'm just not hearing it on my own. All right. Okay, so we're gonna kind of like go over some basics here. We're gonna try not to talk over one another. We're not gonna engage in ad homs. Okay.
Yay.
And if a claim is made, it has to be backed up at least with at least some kind of science. Okay, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And so I'll go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, and then go ahead and present your case.
All right. I've been doing various conspiracy theories since just before 9/11. And then when 9/11 hit, I really got into it full time. And because, again, just like most conspiracy theories, you get a lot of people making these crazy claims with no understanding, with no background, with no.
Now, first off, he thinks flat Earth's a conspiracy theory. Okay.
Proof. Just, oh, it looks like, oh, it feels like, oh, it sounds like, with no basis, no understanding of how things work, no understanding of how physics, math, anything like that. In the last 10 years, obviously, the whole flat Earth craze kind of picked up, and I thought it was kind of funny that, again, this conspiracy theory kind of followed the same path. You get the same people coming in, and it goes, oh, I know for a fact X, X, X. And then, of course, you ask them to prove it. And, of course, all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, I don't have to prove it. Oh, isn't it obvious? Oh, I just use common sense. And you start seeing these responses where like, okay, but where is the evidence? Okay. And so a lot of things that I see lately, and I mean, Dave, you're obviously going to be one of them.
I don't know. He likes to go with like the laws of physics to start with, just a few laws of nature. Yeah. But I mean, he's going to ask you a question. Where would you contrive the idea of what they teach you and what they show you on TV is actually real? It's not really conspiracy. We want to see evidence of the contrary. We got a lot of hoaxes going on in the space community. That's just a start. And we could break it down even further for you, like with even their observations. They're bogus. So, Mike hadn't really dug in deep enough.
Is we come up with new rules for debates because you know that if you were to use traditional debate rules or traditional science, then all of a sudden you come up short, and you come up with you have to kind of tweak the rules so that that, well, I don't really have direct evidence, I don't have exclusive evidence, and the vast majority of evidence out there is quite a bit intellectual and kind of over the top. And so a lot of times what we do is we say, okay, if you make a claim, like you said earlier, do you have clear and exclusive evidence to back it up? And so that's my big concern is, when you say, I don't have to prove my claim because I'm not making a claim, I'm just making an observation. Well, your observation is a claim. If you say the earth is flat, then be prepared to defend that.
No, see, when it comes to claims, you don't make claims, you measure things. When it comes to claims, it's scientific claims. That's what you want to go with, not geometry, not mapping, not cartography. Claims are scientific based thing. You're in the wrong category, Mr. Vargas. Beyond that, you're on your own. Yeah, you think you're on a magic water ball. I think it's a hell of a claim. And we need some like direct evidence instead of doctored photos, videos, and secret rocket programs and shit. God help you. I'm glad I smoked some before you got here.
That claim. and move forward with direct and exclusive
Me too.
evidence that says, yes, the Earth is flat. I know this because I have 3 solid points. I have 5 solid points that are irrefutable and cannot.
Well, you go, girlfriend. You go. Jesus Christ, dude. He's a half a Twinkie away.
Only half.
Only half. Yep. Then maybe you should go hang out with Mike Toon for a while. You sit around and reminisce about the days of old.
Not be used to explain the globe because, their points have to be
Right,
exclusive. And so those are the kind of things that I'm looking forward to. Is we have hundreds of proofs for the globe, and when I present some of these,
Where? Show me them.
And we have hundreds of proofs. And right. And what?
He's gonna break out a couple of flights.
That's what a liar says. And because he can't think of what he's supposed to say because he knows he's lying out his balls.
I don't think he's ready for this debate at all. He's got 3 little things that McToon gave him, which are easily put to sleep. Anna. I'm gonna have to bear it. All right.
proofs in Facebook, Twitter, wherever, I get a lot of these. No, that's just a bunch of crap. Well, that is known as the appeal to personal incredulity. Okay? Personal incredulity is because you found something difficult to understand or unaware of how it works, you just make it out that it's probably not true. No, that's not how it works. You can't say, nuh-uh, because I don't get it. Or nuh-uh, because it hurts my point. Or nuh-uh, because it reasons.
Now, I remember watching some earlier. I never heard Saw go, nah, once. Nuh-uh, Buttercup.
Or feelings, okay?
Your feelings.
The second point that I come across is, well, let me explain to you how the globe works, and then you give points that no one ever made that claim. I don't know how many times I've heard the claim, you cannot have air pressure next to a vacuum. Well, that is known as...
Go ahead and try. Try to have a vacuum without air pressure. And go out and find me one.
as a straw man. Straw man fallacy. Straw man fallacy is you misrepresent someone's argument to make it easier to attack. There's no scientist ever who made the claim that there's atmosphere next to a vacuum. You know, we have easily identifiable, tracked, measured.
Yeah, they made that claim, dude. Space is a vacuum. They even gave us a rating on it, too. And they say they fly through it with a rocket. You should check your own claims out, dude. Just before you go say something stupid.
Points that identify how the atmosphere works on the globe and how there's a low pressure system, extremely near vacuum in space. This isn't tough to understand. And it ruins the flat Earth. So all of a sudden you either have nuh-uh, going back to the personal incredulity, or we have other points where I just say no, that's not the argument. So let's hear what we have so we can go forward and have a great debate.
Okay. Well, let me ask you just a couple of questions. These are pretty poignant too to start with, and I like to ask anyone really that's when I first talk to them about this very question. I want you to suppose that. Well, first off, did you discover that the Earth?
It looks like everything in his life is a perma frown. They look at that. That's the first thing I've seen when I looked at him. He's got this permanent frown on his face constantly. He doesn't know how to move his mouth upward. So he's definitely unhappy. There's definitely something wrong with your worldview, sir. You're not in tune with nature in the slightest. Keep going that road.
Earth was a globe and then later on found out that you were right? Or were you told it was a globe and given reasons to back it up?
Well, when I went to college, one of the
No,
things
no, I'm talking about initially when you first found out about the globe.
Yeah.
Was it a discovery that you had made and then found out by going to school or something that you were right? Or did you not even know anything about it until they told you about it?
Well, space was a great hobby when I was a child because we had we had the Apollo program when I was young,
Right.
and since then we had the shuttle program, and we have a number of other space projects that I was really interested in. So I would
So wait a
hold
second.
on,
You're kind of dancing around the whole
hold
thing.
on. But
Yeah. He is really dancing around it. How old is this guy? They had the Apollo program when he was growing up. I grew up with the Apollo program, dude. I had a model Saturn V actual working rocket. I shot it off a couple times. I didn't go, oh God, this has got to be real. You know, I studied it inside and out. I know how the thing worked. I know how they slingshot off the earth. I know how
Roger
what they
knows all
say.
about it.
Yeah, but I mean, you should know about it too. Were you a
Sure.
space head when you were a kid?
Sort of, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
as much as my brothers drive me into it, I didn't really care about it, but I thought it was neat. But you know, I knew I was never going to get to go.
Yeah, I didn't think anybody was going to go after like the time I turned 12. They kept making all these promises, and all I
Tighten up
kept seeing all this
bolts.
stuff. Yeah, they need to tighten up their bolts. Let's see your bolts. Yeah, right.
Show you
See
some
how
bolts.
far away he is. We can't see shit, dude. I see your light.
See the sky.
We hear you beating on it. So, what did you do to the car? Let us know.
I told you already what I was doing to it. Put new motor mounts on it,
Okay.
and I put
Well,
new.
the people in the audience are who you're talking to now.
What do you call that? You know, the Pitman arms that go in a Detroit axle. If you don't know what a Detroit axle is, then it's probably senseless to tell you anything about it. But what a Detroit axle is, I had to change the right and the left front armatures.
Yeah.
Because the little rubber booties are rotting. So
The CV
I changed
joints.
those and the motor mount and the motor mounts. No, not the CV joints. Those were already done by the people who put the motor in it just a couple weeks ago. Remember, we just had a whole new motor put in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How much did it cost you?
You don't want to know. A lot. Let's put it that way. A lot. A lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Well, there's a mathematician in the audience. That would be Aaron.
Well, I mean, anybody can go and call fucking your local auto place and ask them, tell them you got a 2011 Altima, and tell them what the kind of work you want. Tell me what a new engine put in it, and I'll tell you.
I'm just messing with you.
They're gonna throw. You know, it's nothing to shake a stick at or nothing, but it's not a house payment or anything, but it's close. It's like, you know, a month's salary. Put that way, at least. Depending on how much you make.
Well, it depends on how much you're in debt too. We're all in debt some way or another.
Well, yeah. No, debt doesn't count. It's how much you make every month. It doesn't matter how much you're paying out. I don't care. Nobody really cares. If you owe somebody money, they don't care how many bills you owe. They just know you owe them, huh? Right? I know you owe me. That's all I know.
They'll hunt you down. Yeah, I've ran into people that make money off collections.
Test drive?
Really,
Do a test
go
drive.
for test drive.
Nice. Maybe go see if maybe one of the caps didn't shatter all the way. No, I didn't.
Let's watch Brian go for a test drive in his Nissan. Sounds exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting as fuck, dude. I'm an exciting motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Watch me shoot snot out of my nose too. After I just breathe in all that brake dust and shit down there in the car. I don't want that shit in my nose. Just tell you what. Let me make sure I got keys.
Ron is in here rearranging her new
under the car.
career. Yeah. She's collecting crystals.
Just make sure I didn't leave shit under
She's
there.
trying to sell it. Yeah.
I can see that being a problem. Yep, that would be a problem.
What's the problem? They don't have enough crystals.
It would be a problem if I left a screw or a bolt under there and ran it over and popped the tire.
Glass.
Stupid. My wife would be like, "What the fuck? You just fixed it, didn't you?" Yeah, I broke it again.
That's a good question. What is incongruity? That's when you have an extreme bias that you won't listen to anybody. I think that's what incongruity is. You lean toward it no matter what. It's like it's gotta be that way in your mind. That's what it means. I think.
Yeah, she does. I'm a seatbelt.
Uh, we want a dashboard view, man. We want to see paradise by the
Oh, you want a
dashboard
dash?
light.
You want a dashboard here? There you go.
Yeah. Watch Ryan get pulled over. Going for a test
No,
drive.
I better not get pulled over. In my hand. Yeah, I don't see cops around here often.
Is that a Murano you're driving? Is that what that is?
No, it's not a Murano. I told you already. It's an Altima.
Oh.
The Nissan Altima. Oh,
Eh,
it feels nice.
all right.
Let's see what it does. Does it go straight? Oh, yeah, look. Actually go straight down the road now, pretty much. It's got a little bit of drift, a little bit. It might need an alignment still.
Yeah.
Don't feel that bad, actually. Feels fucking tight, actually. Feels good. It's not making any rattling noises like it did before. That's a good sign.
I don't know. Why does skinny attract skinny? This is a good question. I've seen both, man. I've seen all kinds.
Some bumps and stuff to make sure.
Oh, nice.
Because I actually did all the work on this, and I want to make sure it's right. And if anything happens, I want it to happen to me in the car, not my wife. You know what I mean? I feel a little stupid if something happened to her.
Especially after you did the work yourself, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know what I'm doing because I watched a video, but I'm not stupid.
Wow. I hope not.
All you gotta do is watch a video, and they show you how to do it. Then you read the little book. You read the little book, you know, the Thompson guide or the Thomas guide or whatever fucking kind of guide, the Haynes manual or whatever. You get yourself one of those on the particular model that you've got, and then you just basically follow the rules, and it'll tell you all the things that you have to do and that you can and can't do. That way you know. Yeah, it'll tell you how to change an engine or anything. It'll tell you how to do everything. Just gotta know how to read it and understand it.
Learned how to work on cars when I was 14, man. Till the time I was probably 22, and I've been doing it ever since. Oh yeah.
Now instead of vibrating at the stop sign,
well, I use a spell checker. That's what I did when I was spelling the word. I've never had to spell incongruity before, so I misspelled it. Hold on, I'll change that.
Actually, it feels kind of tight. Actually,
we want it to look good.
You know. Gonna have to get driven a little bit. I'm just making sure that the wheel bearings aren't wobbling or anything, because I might have got.
Yeah, it won't let me change the name till after I get out of here.
Because it used to, like when you go around a corner or you're going down like into a curve or something, it would dip. It would go. It would make like a thump sound.
I think Scott wants to join.
All right.
Should I let him in?
Yeah. Sure, if you want to.
Why not? Yeah.
Scott's cool.
It's Scott cool. He's the coolest drummer I know. Out of every drummer
ever. What he does? I thought he was a singer.
He sings.
Is that what he does? Is that what he does?
Oh, I know he's a musician.
That's pretty much that's what it. You don't even know him. Wait, Ryan, what kind of friend are you? You don't even know him.
I'm a musician too, of sorts.
Good.
I can play. I'm not real good, but I can play. I have a musical talent.
I'm joining in to say that you're the title. What do you call that?
The spell. Yeah.
Incongulity.
Yeah.
I
use spell check to spell it. I never had spelled it before, and I just took that as read. So
you can never trust spell check.
Yeah, I know. I should get a dictionary as a source.
Fuck, did I fix the shit out of this thing?
Nice.
So wait, what is this vehicle? It's not a Murano because I have a Murano.
Yeah, Murano sucks.
My Murano sucks.
Yeah, it does. I had a friend that went through 4 of them, dude. They kept.
So wait. So what is this? Is it really a Murano?
It's an Altima.
No, it's an Altima.
Oh, it's an Altima. Oh, same thing. It's the same. Listen to me.
It's not the same. Almost the same.
Yes, it is. It's the same chassis. It's the same chassis.
Is it the same chassis?
No, the same engine. It's the same everything. Listen to me. It's the same everything except it's.
She likes her car. That's all I care about.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah. But the Murano is the it's the like the SUV version of that. That's all. Yeah. That's all it is.
I know. Whenever I look up certain repairs, sometimes it'll say Murano instead of Ultimate because they're the same. So you're right, but not everything.
The Murano has better suspension on it.
It's kind of like the difference between a Pontiac and a fucking Chevy. You know, it's the same fucking car.
No.
It's the Pontiac and a fucking Chevy is the same.
You're right about that. No, what I'm
telling you.
know, I mean,
they just rebadge them differently. And
what year? What year is it, Ryan? Ryan, what year?
2011.
11. Okay, I have a 12. Yeah, I have a 12. Oh,
So
the
you got the same
2.5. Oh, no, you got the little baby 2.5. I'm sorry, I have the 3.5. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, this thing fast, man. I like it.
So that's the difference. Honestly, that's the difference. That's the only difference. Besides the fact that it's just a car version.
Yeah. I like this car. When she first bought it, dude, I loved this car. This car has balls, dude. It fucking flies on the highway. It gets up and goes. You know, like it's not real super powerful, but it's got enough. You know, it's not like a sports car, but it gets up and goes better than this wagon, this Versa thing that I drive all the time. But
you're gonna get better.
It doesn't compare to my V8 though. My V8 fucking crushes. Even though it's an old ass V8 and it's got 200,000 miles on it, it still fucking crushes this fucking little car. I get smoker. I get my Toyota. Fucking hauls balls.
What is it? A Tundra?
Sequoia. No,
Sequoia. Oh, Sequoia. Yeah.
Same thing. Tundra. Same thing.
I know.
It's built on the same type of frame.
Yep.
I think it feels good, but I want her to drive it now.
Hoping I'm spelling this right. I'm changing the title. The spell right.
Change the title.
She can tell me if it feels better.
I did.
Because I think it feels million.
Oh, the GoFundMe? Yeah, it's up to about 300 now.
It's back to like feeling like it did when we first bought it.
I need to campaign real soon, like for the next 2 months. See if I can get more. I need a sponsor. I need Flat Earth Dave. He said he'd go. Tell him to fund me.
Oh, a sponsor? Really yeah. Get Dave to sponsor you. Yeah. There you go.
Dave, he said he'd go with me. He told me.
Dave Weiss.
What noise?
Dave Weiss.
Dave Weiss on Flatsville. He came on and he told me he would go.
Yeah. What do you mean? Seriously?
Well, you went down.
But he said he's not going for an experiment. He wants to go as like just as for the vacation kind of thing. He wants to do it like that. He don't want to be like make a lot of publicity about it.
He always wants to go on vacation.
Take his yacht. We'll go down
his yacht.
Yeah, why not? So, have you seen this debate, Scott? Or if you want to call it a debate, I don't.
No, I didn't. I did not see this. Who is it? I don't know.
It's a Sovereign Soul, Dave,
Mm-hmm.
and a guy named Mike Vargas. Sorry, he's a McToon head.
Oh, is he?
I think they coached him along. They gave him like pointers, like the flight from Perth,
Australia.
Yeah, to Santiago, Chile.
Mm-hmm.
The flight times and all that won't work on a flat Earth, and yada yada yada. Which I can actually show you how it would work on a flat Earth, and it would give you the time. The continents aren't where they show on any of those because they're all globe projections to begin with.
Dude, who are you believing when you see flight paths, Roger? Who are you trusting? Who are you trusting? Think about it.
I'm not trusting the government with it. No, I know why they do it.
I'm just telling you that every flight path is done by who? The FAA, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're gonna trust the FAA on flight paths?
I don't. But I could draw you out what they would actually do, what they can do with it. It's not hard to do.
Well, yeah, of course you can show. I'm just saying though, like everybody's trusting the flight paths, and I don't get why people do that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I've talked to some major.
That's like trusting. That's like trusting NASA.
Yeah, I don't trust NASA. Do you?
No, of course not.
No. I'll take a gander at what this little turd's going to say next. I'm pretty sure it's going to get better. I didn't watch the whole thing. I missed parts of it because I was on PJs, but I caught pieces here and there.
Oh, Chicago Cubby was just there. Is he moderating?
He's moderating. Yep.
Is he really?
This thing only lasts like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's
And
interesting.
There's a 10-minute gap in there too. Well, about an hour. Yeah.
Or let's see how funny this is. Let's see how funny this is.
It is.
Basically, what you're saying is that you were told that it was a globe. You didn't discover it on your own. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I'm trying to
all
explain
my
my point.
So let's suppose that you had never been told that it was a globe. You've not been exposed to space movies or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
What in your everyday life and just experiences, walking along, doing shit, like let's suppose you're just a farmer, you're growing some crops and you got some animals and stuff, you've never been introduced to any of that.
He forgot to say you had 8 hungry children and a crop in the field. That was a Kenny Rogers nod.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah. You never saw you picked a fine time to leave me, Lucille. Never heard that one before? Got
I think I have.
800 children and a crop in the field.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I know.
What would ever lead you into the direction of thinking I must be on a sphere?
Well, did you want me to answer the first question or this question?
Well, you already answered the first question because you didn't
let me finish the first answer.
You were told. That was all my point.
No,
nobody ever comes to that idea on their own. In fact, that's why I'm asking you, what would make you think, if nobody ever said anything, nobody showed you space movies or anything like that, what would make you think that you say, hey, you know what? I think I'm on a ball.
Okay. My point is that if...
Way to avoid the question, and I could tell you nothing would make me think I live on a ball.
No, there is something.
Okay, what's that?
The fact that it looks like stuff is curving down when you look far, far away. It does.
Yeah, that's perspective
because of
point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that the guy should say. Or he could say that the moon is round. He could say that too. And then
my 12-year-old girl said that stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, he hasn't even said that yet. Okay, we'll see what he says.
Yeah, it's going to get worse probably.
If I were to go off of my own point, okay, primary research, then your chances of determining that if you're on a ball or not are going to be very slim.
What would make you want to check and see if you were on a ball? That's what I'm trying to get at. Why would you even go toward that idea?
I'd like to finish my answer if that's possible.
Yeah, go ahead and let him finish.
Okay. As in primary research, when you look at information just yourself, there's many things that you're not going to find. You're not going to know about physics. You're not going to know about astronomy. You're not going to know about advanced
physics. Okay, there we go.
This guy sounds like Flat Earth Math. What's his name? He sounds like they all have the same response. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like the nerds, like the total nerd guys.
Yeah.
Like
I consider myself a nerd to a point, but I didn't come to the same conclusion they gave.
Well, I mean, like the nerd globy guys. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about. I'm just saying, like those kind of guys. They always sound the same. It's weird.
What part of physics leads you to think that?
Physics has nothing to do with the shape of the Earth. Like, for real.
That's what I'm asking.
It doesn't.
Literally, but what he said? What does he study physics, and what else did he say? He said something else. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, you can't do physics. That's what he said.
Oh hell. He did say when you start studying physics. Take it back a little further.
What we have, so we can go forward and have a great debate.
Okay. Well, let me ask you just a couple of questions. These are pretty poignant too to start with, and I like to ask anyone really that's when I first talk to them about this very question. I want you to suppose that. Well, first off, did you discover that the Earth was a globe and then later on found out that you were right? Or were you told it was a globe and given reasons to back it up?
Well, when I went to college, one of the things...
I'm talking about initially. When you first found out about the globe, was it a discovery that you had made and
No,
then found out by going to school or something that
Not
you
at
were
all.
right?
It's a good
Or
point, though. Good
did
point.
you not even know anything about it until they told you about it?
Well, space was a great hobby when I was a child because we had we had the Apollo program when I was young,
Right.
and since then we had the shuttle program, and we have a number of other space
When he was like 2 years old. No, this guy as old as I am. I don't know if he's a 55-year-old man or not.
Doesn't matter though. You still were how old? You were like, wait, you would
When
be how
Apollo,
old?
when Apollo was going on, I was like 12, dude. That was the last Apollo mission.
No, I'm saying the first. Oh, I was going to say the first one. I'm like, no.
Oh, wait, no. 72.
You weren't even. I'm
78
talking about
was the last
69. 69 is the
69.
first.
69.
Is the moon landing? Yeah, moon landing.
Yeah, but they were still running the program till like I think what 76, 78. So I lived in Florida, dude. I really did.
Apollo wasn't Apollo over in 73 or no?
I think it was the 76. I want to
Oh,
say
76? Okay.
Yeah, because I had the Saturn V rocket kit that I built as a kid. I lived in Florida, lived in Orlando, and my dad worked at Disney doing animatronics for Disneyland. So we lived right across the street. Space was everywhere back then, dude. It was big. And I remember watching Skylab on TV and stuff when I was younger.
Oh yeah, Skylab. What was Skylab again?
It was a space station. Basically.
Yeah, it was like what are the first? Wasn't it the first one? Like the actual like ISS, except the first one, right?
Yeah, they had running water on that thing for some reason. It was weird.
Running water.
They had showers, dude. They cover themselves, but I mean, they could run water and they get wet. They had a hose. I'm not kidding. So the physics of space changed between there and now.
Yeah, the physics changed.
Yeah, because the water doesn't sit still in there. It doesn't just float around. It's like I don't get it. I'm still. They didn't have a vacuum container over their shower neither. Like, anyways.
A vacuum container. Oh, they had a vacuum container on the outside.
Yeah, big one.
Giant vacuum on the outside.
Anyway, NASA needs to get their shit together one day. That's all I know. And not give people the code to open the door from the inside. You did see that, right?
Dude, yeah, we were talking about that at band practice, bro, for real. Like, so, like, a bunch of not a bunch. They're not really normies. They're kind of normies.
They're in the conspiracy a little bit, yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, they're all kind of into it, but then, like, my bass player is totally space nerd. And even that's what I was going to ask you about. Like, isn't it funny how people are just forgetting about the other times that they did these rocket launches? Like, why is it so that it's like selective memory? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird.
It's like they have short-term memory. Like, oh, wow, look, a shiny object. Wow.
And then they forget. About it.
Boom. Hypnosis is the word you're looking for.
But it does seem in a freaky way that people are waking up in a weird. It's almost like a plan. It's planned, right? Back in even like I think Flat Earth was kind of planned. You know what I mean? Like they kind of made it on purpose.
Flat Earth has been around a lot longer than you could think, dude.
No, what I mean, no, I'm talking about like in 2015. When it was like it was everywhere. No, I know, of course, it was Flat Earth everywhere until what 1492 or whatever it was.
Supposedly, yeah, the globe.
Columbus made them. Columbus, the same year. Shocking. Whatever.
Well, Magellan
I'm just saying though.
Church too, so they were out to prove it was a sphere.
It's just interesting to see like normies kind of wake up a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. It's almost like why get visceral about it though? That's my question. Why the hate?
Why what hate?
I get a lot of pushback, dude.
Oh, you mean from the Globies or something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they seem to hate it. They hate to take away their ball, dude. They just do. I think people just don't want to give up their ball. They're like, I'm taking my ball and I'm holding on to it forever. You know?
I had a globalist last night in Discord in politics actually tell me that the globe is considered a map, but they don't ever use it as a map. And it's like, what do they use for maps? They use flat maps.
Yeah, they use flat maps for maps forever.
Yeah.
But we're on a globe though, so just get over it.
I know. Well,
It's so weird.
It's a paper mache Earth you dealing with. We can put all these maps together and make it look kind of like a ball. But how they actually get the coordinate systems where they make it the ball. They actually take the Adelites and get short measurements, quick measurements from tangents with a pre-assumed radius, and they calculate up that into their observation. They have to do 3 different calculations to get their ball and to make it work. So that's why you got all these formulas to figure your coordinate systems if you don't use the GPS stuff. You have a Habersign formula, and they have a gravity model they have to conform that to, and to a complete different grid system. With
Well, you know the surveying thing, right? Remember what's his name, the surveyor guy? He proved how they average or they calculate the so-called curvature, but then all they have to do is just not do that, and then it like literally proves the surveying over long distances. It's like, dude, it's crazy. It's like they readjust. It's mathematical is what it is. It's just mathematical freaking variable changes. You know, that's all it is.
How they get there, what they do, they use arc minutes.
Yeah, right there. Spherical geometry conversions. Yeah, conversions. That's what I meant. Thank you. Conversions. Yes.
It's basically calculus. Is basically what they use. That's the short form, and there's a Habersign formula they use to get an equal elevation angle. It takes out all topography, and you can make any shape out of that. But they're using one point with a tangent line. They don't use an actual horizon to derive their coordinate system. You understand what I'm saying?
No, they don't. Yeah, they don't use the level horizon. But dude, I want to see more Cubby Bear being the mediator. I love seeing. I want to see how good he does at being a mediator. He was doing pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Although this is really boring because it's just a typical freaking. We'll just see if it gets funny. Does it get funny?
No, he gets mad though. He does.
The one guy, what's his name?
Yeah,
gets
the
mad?
Vargas guy. Yeah. And Saab gets kicked out, I think, partially through it. He loses connection, so he had to start over from scratch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Chad let him go on talking. Phil's got the same problem I got with the spell check. It's a geometer. Anyways, let's watch him. But he shouldn't have let him go on. He just started spouting off crap that McKinnon does for the most part.
I was wondering what the geometer was. I was like, I think I get it. It's obviously spherical geometry conversions. Yeah.
Yeah, and they gave it a name. It's called calculus. You calculate. You don't actually measure. Sorry, that's all it is.
Projects that I was really interested in. So
wait a second. You're kind of dancing around the whole thing. Basically, what you're saying is that you were told that it was a globe. You didn't discover it on your own. Okay, that's
my point.
So let's suppose that you had never been told that it was a globe. You've not been exposed to space movies or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
What in your everyday life and just experiences, walking along, doing shit, like let's suppose you're just a farmer, you're growing some crops and you got some animals and stuff, you've never been introduced to any of that. What would ever lead you into the direction of thinking I must be on a sphere?
Well, did you want me to answer the first question or this question?
Well, you already answered the first question because you didn't
let me finish the first answer.
You were told. That was all my point. Nobody ever Nobody ever comes to that idea on their own. In fact, that's why I'm asking you, what would make you think if nobody ever said it?
And the funny thing is, Mike guy doesn't understand. He was told, and he actually gave that away. He didn't come to that conclusion himself, right? That's not his first natural conclusion.
No, I've never heard anyone say that they concluded that we live in a ball when they were like 5.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? No, like when they weren't told anything else.
I was asking questions beyond that point, up into like 4th, 5th grade, dude.
Of course, yeah.
They're feeding me the idea that all this stuff is stuck together by gravity, and then it started getting into like off the wall stuff. Like basically, atomists are heliocentrists. You know what that is, right? An atomist. That the atom has a nuclei, it has electrons that orbit it, that hold it in place, like the universe. They think everything
Yeah,
is built
that's
on that.
all. That's theoretical science.
Yep.
Theoretical mean people don't realize that theoretical mean. It's funny, you know. What's his name? Lucky Haskins. You know Lucky Haskins, right?
Yeah.
He always says theoretical. I'm like, Lucky, it's theoretical, not theoretical. But he doesn't care. He'll keep saying it that way. It's funny.
Yeah, and if Lassie was here, she's an FBD girl. She's a country girl, and there's nothing wrong with being a redneck, boy.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. We get what he's saying. The thing is, the theories are what are see people. Roger, what's a theory? What's a theory?
Well, in science terms, a theory is something you've actually proven to happen, but it's not conclusive. You got to put the theory to multiple tests to get the cause and effect to make it a law.
A theory is an idea. It's a thought process. A thought.
Well,
like what you think. What you think. An idea. That's all it is. It's just an idea.
But like in the actual process, a theory is something. Let's say you found out water boils, right? But I mean, you test a couple of things.
You have a theory of how it boils. Yeah. Yes, you have a theory, an idea. It's an idea.
Fire causes heat, right? Heat causes boil. Heat is the cause of water boiling. Then you figure out all the ways you can make heat. Then you narrow it down to it actually just is the friction of or the oxidation of materials that warms everything up. So that's how you get to a scientific conclusion.
The point is, theoretical science is just theoretical. It's not actual.
You can't actually do an experiment with it.
You can't go to space. You cannot go there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you cannot test. You cannot test a planet.
Yeah,
you can't get there. You can't get to it.
They're hoping they can, and they're trying.
Therefore, it's just theoretical.
Yeah, until they actually do it, and they're going to be scrutinized, and they're going to have to actually really do a lot to actually show the rest of the world they landed on a planet. And if we could have gone to the moon, to be honest with you, we would have done it already, wouldn't we? We'd already have people going to the moon if it's physically possible. You follow?
Or what if they're hiding it from us, that they've been there, but they just faked it? I've heard this theory too, by the way. You've heard that, right? It's like, no, they just act like they haven't been, or, they just make it look fake. On purpose. Because there's
mirrors, right?
Because they have a whole civilization on the other side that you can't see.
Mm-hmm. And nobody with any telescopes anywhere or any has ever seen anybody go there, dude. I've watched Mikey film the moon several times over. I didn't see anything that was like a base. And Mikey ain't got a budget to fake what he does either.
Yeah, like the bases. Remember that a long time ago we were talking about that.
On the dark side of the moon, they had bases there hiding stuff. Yeah, and they would do like little daily TV shows where on Ancient Aliens they'd show like close up to what look like structures on the moon. There's a base there. Yeah, that's nonsense.
Yep.
But Nat Geo's got a lot of money, don't they?
Dude, I used to watch that you know, that stuff, man. Back in the day, I used
It
to
was
like
on
that.
daytime TV, man. When I got home from work, it'd be on. I'd turn it on. And it was. And people would make those memes with the guy, the host of the show, the hair guy. It could have been aliens.
Are you talking about the guy with the long hair, the frizzy hair? That
Yeah.
guy?
He's
Yeah.
doing like an Aztec drawing depiction in a little figurine of a saucer-like looking thing. He's like, now that
Oh yeah, yeah. Totally aliens. Totally aliens. Yeah.
could have been alien astronauts from another
It was.
planet.
Yeah, it was interesting though. It was a fun, like, you know, fantasy land that you lived in back then.
They hyped it up, dude. He really did.
Totally.
You get excited about it. Like,
yeah, it was a good job.
Yeah.
Oh
Did
yeah.
he show you any real evidence of aliens though? Come on.
Dude, I was gonna say, dude, you should play the Christopher Walken. Remember Christopher Walken was talking about the googly eyes? Remember that? The plans for the googly eyes has nothing to do with space, but it's Christopher Walken because your thumbnail.
My thumbnail, yeah.
Yeah, your thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dude, the best Christopher Walken thing ever was when he was talking about the googly eyes. It's funny.
We were just watching True Romance on PJ's.
Oh,
night.
good. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
He's like, you know,
dude, wasn't True Romance?
Grandma.
Wasn't that? Yeah, that one. Yeah, and then remember, wasn't that when what's his name was on the couch smoking a bong? Freaking his first acting, or one of his
Brad
first
Pitt?
acting.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt. Yeah, it's funny.
That was Hopkins, isn't it? He's sitting there telling him about his ancestors are African because
the Moors. Yeah, that was a really good scene, dude. Yeah, I still like that kind of stuff.
I'm not going to drop the N word because we got.
Yeah, I know. I know. Don't do that.
No, but that's what he said in the movie. That was a great
line.
I know. Yeah, he knew he was going to kill them anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that was that part in that movie. That was. See, sometimes now that I don't like negative things now, so I'm like watching back some of these old movies, like gangster type movies. I'm like, what were you thinking? Because I was younger, you know. I don't know. I don't think it's good for society.
No, it's not. It pulls out the worst in people. It gives them ideas, and there's a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands cooking up bad ideas.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, even I saw somebody today say something about like how they don't like half of. Oh yeah, Lowry was talking about how like a bunch of old bands that he used to like, he doesn't like anymore. I kind of feel the same way. You know what I mean? Like movies too. You know, like actors and movies, and obviously I never idolized any actors, but I mean, good actors sometimes it's like, wow.
Yeah, you did. Everybody did. Come on, everybody.
No, we did.
Everybody sang and danced around like everybody else.
I'm saying
well,
now.
Maybe you're special. Yeah, I know you're a musician, so don't tell me you weren't dancing with a Phoebe like I was. You were dancing around with the commercials and everything, just like I was.
Dancing? I wasn't dancing. Were you dancing?
Wow. Oh, yeah, dude, I used to get up and sing and dance with all the commercials every time.
Roger danced too. I bet you Roger danced.
I love the music to it because the music was cool, man. Like a lot of those, like the Nestle commercials. I love those. They've had some pretty good Nestle commercials over the years. They're decent. Like,
wait, what commercials?
Nestle.
I don't know, like Nestle commercials, you know, like Nestle Very Best, whatever. You know, they have fucking little tune going along, and sometimes they're good. And they're catchy. And after you listen to them 5,000 times from watching cartoons every morning, you know, for every Saturday for 52 weeks a year, you know, like you start to, you know.
I'm picturing this right now.
Why do you think He-Man? Why do you think buffed guys in tights is always in my head every time I think of He-Man? It's like I can't help it. It's like it's permanently embraced. It's permanently impressed in my mind. Every time I think of He-Man, I think of some buff dude in his underwear. You know what I mean? It's like thanks, guys. You know,
it's true.
Thanks a lot for that one. Well, they did that on purpose because they wanted to make it seem like it wasn't a big deal, right? And it worked.
Yeah, but dude, Brian, even think about it. Even all football, they're all dudes in tight freaking pants. Like,
yeah, but it's different. if you're not interested
How is
in
that
him
different?
sexually,
How is that
but if
different?
you're running around on the field slapping each other on the ass because you can, right? It's not because you want to. It's because you can. It's like you're giving the guy a hard time. You're trying to get him to do whatever he needs to do to get the fucking team going or whatever. Yeah, I'd smack you on the ass. I don't care.
When they
Wouldn't
started,
bother me a bit. But
when they started doing that
when
smack
I
on
was
the
a
ass
kid
thing,
in those
I was like,
Chinese
no,
guys
don't
at
do
the
that.
Chinese
I said,
restaurant
don't
I
do
worked
that.
at, they smacked me on the ass and giggled at me. I thought they were freaks or something. So I didn't stay working there.
Get to work, boy.
You gotta remember, I got molested like 4 times in my life, 5 times, different times.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before. I think I've heard that.
You know, I have a little bit different outlook on things, and I have a little different reaction. And everybody's like, "What the fuck is wrong with Ryan?" No, just nothing wrong with me. Just I react differently because of that shit.
Yeah, that would mess
Like
with you.
people like Brenda drive me fucking crazy because I hate people like Brenda. Brenda is, or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Don't hate. Don't even hate anything.
I don't hate him. I hate what he's about. I hate the mindset that he has and the way
you're
he
allowed
acts
to do
like that gay shit, that fake
By
gay
the way-
shit that's not even real.
by the
It's like,
way-
why don't you just act like a human being? Why do you have to fucking act like a fucking weirdo?
Dude, Ryan, the Bible says not to hate people, but the Bible says that the God and Jesus both hate the actions of people and the like
Right,
what
that's
people
why I'm
do,
allowed
the
to hate
evil.
it, but I'm not allowed to hate the person. But
No,
I'm not
don't
angry
hate
at the
the
people,
person.
but you know what? Those people scare me, and so because I have that scar, I have this mark in my fucking memory of where someone's fucking like that is fucking around with me, and it's scary and it freaks me out. So that's why whenever he's on the show, I leave because I don't want to be around people like that. They make me fucking creep me out. They make me act weird and make me go off and shit in weird ways. I don't know. I'm not even sure how it affects me. It just sometimes it does, and I'll start talking about it or something.
Whoever did it,
and I don't like
begin
them.
with, they took your innocence away. It's not right. Let's put it that way.
Well, no, it wasn't right, but I got through it. But it still affects me. So yeah, that's why I have reactions. So it's nothing personal. I don't hate.
Dude, I would love.
I think a lot of these guys, like if we met them in person, they'd probably be nice people. Like if we weren't talking about flat Earth, we'd probably get along just fine. But they don't ever let me get to that point. I've tried to make friends with a lot of them. I tried to make friends with McToon. He's not interested. He doesn't want anything to do with me. Like he made that clear right from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Before I even debated him.
To embarrass me.
And I did debate him once, and I got him with. I told him go to the ocean and then read the definition of a line, and he didn't have nothing to say. He didn't have nothing to say. He just was quiet for like 2 minutes, and then he fucking skipped out. And then the next day, our fucking site went down, disappeared, poof. Everybody got kicked, but it wasn't ours right away. First, it was just our accounts, and then our actual Discord channel got took away. Anyway, but yeah, that was thanks to whoever is involved with McToon or whoever. I don't know if it was McToon himself, but
he's got a couple of hackers, dude. That I know who they are.
Yeah, I know. I've heard about it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch his show or go over there because I know they talk about that shit on purpose just to fucking piss people off. And if I ever saw them talking shit like that, and then where they're talking about how they're fucking people over, or doxing people, I'd fucking turn them in, dude. You know what I mean? I'd screen record that shit and turn them in. That shit ain't cool, bro. Like, why do you want to fuck with people? Why does it have to be like that, man? It's bad enough that it's bad enough that we have to go at each other on the internet, and then you want to bring it personal now? What?
Oh, they've been doing that since I've been in here, dude.
Because I'll tell you what, I'm dead serious, bro. Like, that will not go over well with me. My wife will react to it, too. She'll be like, I ain't talking to you about this stupid shit. She'll just hang up on you. That's what's funny about it, though, is my wife wouldn't even take the bait. She'd just be like, this is some stupid shit that you talk about on fucking online. I know this. And she'd just fucking react just like she was supposed to. And then she'd turn you in because that's what she has to do. Especially if you're fishing. You know what I mean? Like, so if you call my wife trying to fish around and get information or fuck with her, it wouldn't work, dude. She already knows about that stupid shit with the internet. She's not dumb. She'd ignore it. And she'd just delete your number.
So that's nice. Yeah. Oh, let's hear this fool talk about physics. I want to hear him say it. You ready?
All right.
Hold your breath. Deep dive into crap.
Anything. Nobody showed you space movies or anything like that. What would make you think that you'd say, hey, you know what? I think I'm on a ball.
Okay. My point is that if I were to go off of my own point, okay, primary research, then your chances of determining that if you're on a ball or not are going to be very
Well,
slim.
what would make you want to check
Can I-
and
can I
see if
finish-
you were on a
can
ball?
I
That's
finish?
what I'm trying to get at. Why would you even go toward that idea?
I'd like to finish my answer if that's possible.
Yeah, go ahead and let him finish.
Okay. In primary research, when you look at information just yourself, yeah, there's many things that you're not going to find. You're not going to know about physics. You're not going to know about astronomy. You're not going to know about advanced mathematical practices.
Okay, what about the people who do know about physics? But you don't need advanced mathematics to go with physics. You can do actual physics tests and get data from it, but you don't have to have advanced math. But the physics of the world don't dictate the model they have. Matter of fact, it's like it rubs it in people's face. He did say physics. I knew he did.
Okay, but when given the information that we have available, given that we have the world's knowledge at our fingertips, ignorance is not an excuse. Okay, so 10 years ago when Flat Earth started coming around, there was a lot of things that I
Wait, what does he
assumed
mean by that?
was true.
That's weird.
Okay.
Ignorance is not an excuse of what? What? I'm confused by that question. Like,
Well,
what is that?
We're ignorant to what the physics of heliocentrism is. The whole idea, the physics behind it. You haven't educated yourself in the globe model.
That didn't make any sense right there. I don't know. I'm just saying.
But it's not an excuse for what? To be a flat earther? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, see what Phil just said? Exactly. It's mostly experimental, quantified by math. Math is that's what I really realized, that I used to like physics back when I didn't realize that it was mathematical. Because, like math is like kind of boring, and like I'm like, physics is cool, like how things work, right?
Yeah.
But then when you break it down, it actually is math. It's
for
crazy.
them it is. But if you actually take the like Newton's laws of motion and apply them, you can actually get some use out of it to a point. But when you stretch it out into what they're talking about, it doesn't work. That's why they have to invent a whole other math called pseudo-Harmonian math that Einstein came up with. And there was even a filler between there, and that they've run out of that, and they've invented a whole other theory about the gravitational workings and call it dark matter and dark gravity, or there's no physicality to it at all. It's just like everything has to be in a gravitational state, like fluid almost. And there's no way to account math for as far as they think they're going, because the distances they place on these things are incredible. I'm talking about the solar system and the luminaries that they claim.
Well,
that
see, what you're talking about is astrophysics. Okay, astrophysics is a whole different physics than physics on, here, land. Like,
yeah, but even their theories of how physics work won't work there at all. And astrophysics is completely theoretical because they can't test.
That's what I'm saying, brother. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a problem.
They're filling in the gaps with bullshit, and that they've run out.
But people like this, they want to tell you that, that what they're talking about is actual, actual physics. It's not. It's astro or theoretical. So it's a whole different world. It's like quirks and the freaking Higgs boson and all those freaking quantum bullshit. Yeah, particle. Same thing.
But
particle.
They don't.
Particle theoretical.
But they haven't found anything that does what they thought it was going to do before they did it, especially with the smashers and stuff. The particle, machines.
Colliders. The colliders.
Collider.
Dude, you know how many there are, though? It's crazy how many of those. Have you heard about? I'm sure you've heard about that, right? Where there's like so many of them. It's like, where do they all come from?
Don't know. But it sounds like it comes from slush funds from governments. It does. It's like we'll build this.
You said sludge fund?
Slush. You know
Oh,
what a
sludge.
sludge
That's what I
bunny
meant. That's what I meant. Yeah, sludge. Sludge. I was thinking sludge. Same
is?
thing.
Sludge bunny.
Sludge. Yeah.
It works. You get stuck in it one way or the other. Yeah. So
Exactly. Yeah.
they what they're doing is taking a whole bunch of theories and trying to test them out, and none of them panned out to even. They don't know what it's like. That's why we're looking for the God particle out and all. They'll never find it. And they were doing that when I was a little kid, man. They were smashing particles in colliders and claiming they found this and that, and they nothing. I've never seen anything on it. There's no real. I don't know if it's consequent. I think they're trying to find an atom, is what they're really trying to do. They're
They're
trying to
trying to
break
find.
down.
They're trying to find the smallest particle.
Yep. And they're trying to get a reaction out of it, but they're all made up of basically the elements we have now. So they'll have magnetic traits in metal particles and stuff. They're trying to break it down to its very core existence, which they're going to try to find God. And
Well, that was the idea.
Yeah.
That was their. Well, that's what they think they're doing, dude. They're probably doing something different than what you even can imagine, dude. Honestly, I think I think stuff's going on that you can't even understand. Trying for fission. Trying for fission.
Is it cold fission or is it
Cold fusion? Cold fission? Which one?
no fission? Fission fusion? Is it
There's
fusion?
fusion. There's fission. I mean, that's the sun. The sun is fission or fusion? It's fission.
It's fission. Yeah, but they don't know what it really is because I mean, my dad worked in the industry for about 8 or 9 years. He worked with Westinghouse putting together nuclear power plants and stuff, and he talked to eggheads all the time. Higgins Bose equals ether. That was funny. So, what is the ether, Bill? I want some on my desk now. Slap me some ether over here.
Well, there's ether everywhere in the background.
Oh, the background medium.
Mm-hmm.
And does light propagate through this medium? Is that what it is?
I would hope so.
And there's no such thing as a vacuum. Like when they open a vacuum up, you open up a portal to the ether.
Oh wait, what? What's that part?
No, what?
No, seriously.
Yeah, you heard me. I said when you make a vacuum chamber, you create a portal into the ether.
No, what do you mean?
No, well, because they take vacuum chambers and they do light experiments, especially the Nicholson Morley, and there's like 10 or 12 others. Even Aries failure was based in the same principles, but they're looking for what the ether is.
Of course, yeah, that's what they're doing. But the ether is something that, I mean, dude, come. I know it sounds crazy to say, well, you cannot detect it, right? Like dark matter. Like
it's one of those things you'll never get to, man.
Well, that's what I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like God's, like, or whatever you want to call it. Like God is just controlling everything, so it's like his. I don't know what do you call that. His avenue of.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
It's where he works, man. It's God's space, ether.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to type that in and see if I can get to a website. And Tom will be there. He'll like, I'm still your friend. Godspace. Remember MySpace? You got the friend Tom? That was it. He's your first friend, the guy who made MySpace. All right. Let's play some more. You ready?
Because I was told, and I had no reason not to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, because people come up with, well, how do you know the measurement of gravity? How was it ever tested? Then all of a sudden I start doing research and start doing experiments and start doing different things and going, you know what? I'm going to match the Cavendish experiment. I'm going to match the Eratosthenes experiment. I'm going to match.
Has he?
Hey, really quick. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do we know that Phil in the blank? Oh, I'm a retard. I haven't even realized. Is he real? Is he real? No, is he real though? I just
I don't
realize
know.
that.
I've never been to his page, but
I mean,
he's
is he
been
a
coming
real
in
person?
for
How can we prove that he is? I'm just curious. How can we prove it? Ask a question
ask
of
Phil a question.
Phil,
Go
like
ahead.
that proves that he's a not a bot. Okay, Phil. Um, what is it? A good like a feeling like American. Well, he's probably American. Um, what was okay?
Who won the last World Series, Phil?
No, they can. A bot can do that. No. You have to ask this question. Like, how did you feel when your mom told you that you were a good boy that one day?
He has one video on his channel. He's a real person, I guess. Yeah. I'm not
She has
really
one
worried.
video.
Though.
That
He's
sounds like a
laughing at
bot.
you, dude. He's been coming in off and on. He's pretty decent. It's the first time I had him speak up on the ether, though.
I lit my second cigar. What?
He's smoking a cigar, dude.
What kind of cigar is it, Phil? What kind of cigar?
I'm here, but I'm only in here in spirit because I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to get this, like, the brake, the little guard that keeps dirt from getting on the caliper. I bent it up a little bit when I was trying to get the canoe arm in there, so I'm trying to get it straight so it doesn't drag and make a scraping sound when she's going down the freeway. So I got to get this done really quick, and then I'll come back.
Oh, go ahead. Enjoy yourself. What were you saying again, Scott?
I don't know. He hasn't proven to me he's a real person yet. I'm very decent. Look, I'm very decent. What? That sounds like a bot to me. Let's see. What? It's what the cigar is called. So, okay. Do you inhale the cigars? Phil, do you inhale the cigar smoke? Do you inhale it? I would love to hear. I can't wait to hear this.
Inhale, sir? Did you inhale?
No, I'm not asking. What's his name? A question. Freaking that crazy.
I got a good find though. I went to the dispensary day before yesterday. They had a gram of dabs for
oh yeah,
$12. Yeah, check it out.
I'm not a dab guy, dude. Like dabs crush. It's like they. I don't know. There's propane involved or something. There's like gases involved.
I don't know. I never made one. I know how to get oils out. I know how to drain it out. I know how to press it out. But
pressing?
Pressure.
Pressing is fine, but like no, when they make actual shatter and dabs, it's a whole different. It's like there's chemicals involved. I don't like that. Most times, I don't know.
Well, what they're doing is they're getting more pressure to get more oils out. That's what they're doing with gases.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. I only smoke outside. So he. Okay.
He's married with kids.
Hold on. He did answer. He did answer never, and then I only smoke outside. Okay. No, he's a real person. All right. Ring it. Yep. Ring it in. He's a real person. Phil. Anyway, my point was that he was making good sense back here. I'm going back to what he said. I'm going to go back. It said, the medium that things propagate in. Yes, propagate. And then electrical charge displacement. And yes, like a lot of things are electrical charge displacements. Like everything, your whole life is electrical charge displacement.
Yeah, everything in the body does. But
everything and everywhere.
The biggest example is lightning. The best example is lightning.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, lightning. Well, if you really know what lightning is, it's amazing.
My dad drugged me into that crap when I was about 13, dude. He's like, lightning really does this. It doesn't come from the air to the ground.
Yeah.
Process.
Yeah.
Like,
it comes from the ground up. Yeah.
I walk like a sponge, dude. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I remember my grandpa told me about that, and he's like, "Wait for it. 1 second is 7 miles. 2 seconds is 14 miles away." I was like, "Okay." So I always remembered all of that about lightning, dude. Because in Florida, lightning was everywhere.
Oh yeah. Well, you got a lot of salt there, dude, and it's a real good conductor. It's
crazy.
Yeah, that's why it make me wonder why they use like a baser salt to make that model for the magnet core that they claim at the Earth has. Did you watch the video I did on that? They don't.
Wait,
It won't even. It does. It's the only thing they can use that's close enough to iron that they can actually spin. But it's a salt based. Uh, I forgot what kind of salt it was. But yeah, it doesn't create a magnetic core. They think it acts like what a magnetic core would do. But it's really flammable and really conductive.
so magnetic core has no magnetic properties, right?
Yeah,
Ma-
has this. Which one is that?
Iron, any metals lose magnetic properties after they get molten, right? You know that, right?
Yeah,
So
so they get hot.
so they're so their whole theory of the core, the magma core, is out the window when it comes to magnetism.
Yeah, they can't scientifically prove it. They speculate and they use a theory they had with Thea back in the 80s and the early 70s. They made up this propagated theory that a planet collided with the Earth named Thea and deposited a solid iron uh, gob in the middle of it, and it spun into the core we have today. And then it became the moon after that. What was left of it?
Oh yeah, after it smashed and collided, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm reading Phil's. I'm on a live trying to convince upward vector people that there are
Upward
different
vector
forces.
people.
Oh, you're trying to convince them?
No, is it not Chiquita?
Yeah. He said it. He said Nachokita, Nachokita.
Or as Banner calls him, zesty Nachokita.
Dude, I used to like Notch, dude. Notch was like my friend, and then I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, I'm sorry. I just think you're a little bit weird if you don't understand that we have to be moving up at like billions of miles an hour now, dude.
Yeah, and where are we going? That's what I want to know.
Upward.
Where
Upward.
are we going to get
upward.
there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but the point is,
they're trying to make gravity work still. That's what that is.
It's exponential, though, dude. We talked about this like 7 months ago or something, or I don't even know, dude. It's been a while.
Well,
but like we talked about this.
Their level of evidence is really shoddy, dude. To be honest.
Oh, you mean the whole the little experiments?
The little experiments, yeah, they're not really that conclusive, dude. And we've explained away most of them. I spent probably.
I know.
6 months.
It's just we're still going though. We're still doing this though.
Why? Because we're always moving up.
Like look, yeah, we're just constantly moving on up, doing to the east side. Yeah. Like I even told Ray, I was like, remember that Love in an Elevator? I'm like, okay, so hold on. So Love in an Elevator was all about the moving upwards world, right?
Is it?
Huh. Get it? It's a joke. I don't know. It's a bad joke.
No, it wouldn't surprise me.
It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke, dude.
Tyler actually injects heroin into his irises, dude.
Okay.
The man who sang that song you're talking about, he literally does. He did. I'm pretty
sure.
Look!
Homeboy Phil is over here saying, "FYI, Curie point. It's much before melting."
Yeah.
Much before melting.
As soon as it gets hot through the core, then it starts to melt. Yeah, that's the Curie point.
You know what you should always do is ask someone like Phil to come on your show. Like, dude, come on and talk about it.
Well, like, that would be people in. Yeah.
No, I would love this. I would love to hear Phil explain, like all of his. Like he seems to be a very smart person. You know what I mean? Like I like talking to smart people. We need some smart people on here. I know that Ryan's very smart, and Roger's very smart too, right? And I'm kind of smart. I got a super crazy high IQ, which means nothing. But it would be cool to hear people like Phil talk about the Curie point much before melting. Nice. How's that go?
Sure. Well, we could actually do a test. We could take a magnet, heat it up, and see when it starts to lose its magnetism, what temperature the Curie point would be.
Exactly. Or understand how we're not moving upwards at a exponential rate.
Well,
We're
we're
going like
moving at the same rate, but the way it'd have to go that it would increase.
what's the
We're
reference
moving
point?
fast. Yeah, yeah. Well, there
Where's
is
the
no reference
reference?
point.
Oh, okay. Well, that means we're going 0.
So so it balances out just like all the globe math, like all the forces and the centrifugal and centrifugal forces and the motions we're moving at, and the speeds, they just average out to almost 0, to nothing. Like none of the forces have any effect on you on the natural
Oh,
world.
wait. So it's almost like we're not moving at all and not twirling. Hold on.
And we're
Let
on
me
an
check.
oblate spheroid that's really
Hold on.
chubby at
Hold
the
on.
base.
Are we not twirling?
No, we're not.
Are we not twirling? You should play my song.
Play your song just right out the bat.
Play my
Somebody
song and
wants
take
to
a
come
break.
in. I think you may have got your wish. Phil wants to come in.
Oh, Phil. Nice. I want to talk to a smart person.
Okay, come on, Phil.
I mean,
Say
really
hi.
sorry.
Hey,
Oh, he's turn
hey,
your
Phil, you got
YouTube off.
on. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
to mute it.
Sorry. Nice, Phil. What's going on, Phil?
Hey, Phil, how you doing? Do we fill in the blanks?
Can you hear me?
No, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yep,
Oh wow.
loud and
Okay.
clear.
I can't type in there. I can't. I guess it's not.
Here, I'll put the chat up so you can see it. There you go.
That's. I see the chat. That's good. I think I see the chat. I see Ding. He is good.
Look, he's a real person.
Yeah. Oh, ding is what Mind Shock does it every time they rack up a fallacy. He'll put a ding.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's what make it reference to. You ever watch a show, you get it, but it's a drag, dude. He pauses forever, like, and he'll read the chat and then he'll go make another comment, and he'll pause, read the chat, make another comment, play the video, read the chat, then make a comment. It just takes forever. Yeah. I hear a Zippo.
You're right. I just tried to relight my cigars.
He's really smoking the cigar. Nice.
He's showing the man right there. Yeah.
I do have a butane gas tank in my Zippo.
Ooh, that's cheating, dude.
Oh, it's a fake Zippo? It's not a real deal Zippo?
It's a real Zippo, but it's got a...
Yeah.
Zippos use a fluid, like almost like kerosene or propane. You can't really light a cigar with it. It tastes like crap. So you gotta use butane.
I got a real one. I'm sorry.
So listen, Phil. Listen, I always make a joke when I hear someone say something like, or see someone in chat make like sense, and I'm like, "Are you sure you're a real person?" And that's my joke. It's just a joke.
That's why I had to come on.
Nice. You're proving.
So, have you ever been over to FED and listened to the housekeeping questions, Phil?
FED, which was that?
Flat Earth Debate, Nathan Oakley, 1980.
Oh yeah, I used to watch that quite a bit, but not recently.
Yeah, since TFE, a lot of things are like gone south, and it's not just FED. It's basically just the vitriol between, let's say, McToon and Craig and the cronies over there, and they've been trying to shut down FED for a while. That's their main goal. They don't want Nathan Oakley out there telling the people that the world's measured flat. So.
Yeah, I like his channel. I like that he sticks to that with the no R value. So makes good sense.
We don't. You don't
R
dig
value.
a hole to the center of the earth and measure it. You know, like, and here's our radio value.
The R value.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. That's what you were putting. You mentioned it about earlier about the tangent. You take a theoretical tangent and you basically you're
make a radius,
basing it on flat, right? Because it's a tangent, but that's what your reality is.
Yeah, that's their whole point. Their whole math hinges on that radius value. That's what they reference to.
Yeah, they do it using the tangent. Using the tangent, they bypass the R value.
Yeah, you don't have to actually have it there right at hand, but it's based at it.
Because as soon as you introduce an R value, you can't have a 90 degree. So.
Exactly.
That's why they invented calculus, dude. That's why they invented it. Yeah.
Right.
And it works in the math. until you start going and start doing observations. Like, wait a minute, that's just messed up.
Like this Mike guy, I think at one point I watched it. I think live, or I replayed it or something before. But he mentions like math is reality. That's so far from the truth. That's so far from fact. I mean, even any professor would tell you like, no, math is not reality.
No, numbers are made up, man-made. Numbers are
they're
man-made.
It's a universal language.
Quantified by men.
Yeah, it's quantified
by increments. Increments. It's just increments. That's all it is.
Well, like there's a guy, John, refractive curvature. When I first got involved, he took the same calculus and went to his kitchen and did enough calculus that he made his kitchen a sphere, and the sun was his kitchen light, and he did a whole series on it. It's funny. It's called Bunk and Debunk, and he got 2 of his daughter's unicorn dolls and was playing with them. And like, this is Bunk and Debunk, and he gave them little voices, and he walked you through his math and how he turned his kitchen into a sphere. Yeah.
Roger, what is that?
I'm not
dude.
kidding.
What I want to know is, so were you over there at Nachika's channel, Phil, and you're trying to tell people how we're not going up?
So
we're not going.
Basically, when they're using contact, like it started. Well, not started, but a lot of it was also pushed by
Dell,
the Scottish guy, Dell. Yeah,
Dell. Yeah, we've dealt with Dell many a times, dude. We tore him a new one.
So he would do it linearly on his workbench, but he's basically demonstrating a contact force, and they're just not realizing that when you drop it, you're still having a contact force there with the weight density force, potential force of density. So there's much different forces. There are electrical forces, there's wind, there's current, wave, water. There's all kinds of forces. You can't just use one aspect of force to override your other forces. So it's a misconception.
Well, they did it with gravity. Why can't we do it? Come on. I'm just kidding.
No, but see, what you just said is exactly right. It's a misconception of forces because there's no forces going on with. Well, what do you think? Let me ask you a question, Phil. How are we all going, in my opinion, perpendicular to the, level realm that we live on? You believe in that, right?
How are we perpendicular to the? Say that again.
Yes. How are we all standing on a perpendicular ground to the level Earth that we live on? You believe we're on a level Earth, right?
Yeah, I think so. As far as I know.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So how is that happening? Like an explanation scientifically.
I think actually, Dave Sov does a pretty good job of explaining density and volume and
density and buoyancy, density, and not electrostatics. Electrostatics.
Well, that's another factor because when you're grounded, when you have ground, you have you basically you have a negative as far as every I think meter you go up, or
yes,
meter is about 100 volts.
Yep.
Yeah, it goes up 100 volts.
Yep.
And that's pretty well founded.
Well, in my opinion, I agree. I was thinking about this today a lot. I mean, I think about it a lot for the past couple of years. But so electrostatics and buoyancy and density bring us down to where the electricity is bringing us down.
Yeah, so it's not just one force. There's more than one thing at play.
Exactly. I agree with you. Hey, it's good to talk to a guy. He's not a bot. He's not a bot, guys. He's not a bot. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's good to get a clear understanding. A lot of it is just unclear to a lot of people, and that's where I think where your belief overrides rational thought sometimes. So you have to push your belief out of the picture, and a lot of people have a hard time doing that.
Yes, dude. Totally agree with you.
Yep. And that's where we run into a lot of problems. People will grab a hold of an idea and make it into a belief.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they'll
just
go
like
to extreme
just like
measures to
Saab,
prove it.
just like Saab was just talking to that other guy. You know, your beliefs come from when you're a baby, and you have like all these little mobiles. You know, remember the mobiles over your head? They're like stars and globes and
Right,
all these
right.
little balls, right? And so your brain is was like
Constantly
totally,
bombarded.
yeah, you know. And so in every, like, I remember walking into, like, you know, kindergarten and like spinning the ball, the globe ball thing, and remember they were textured. Remember that, guys? They were textured. It was like,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what's funny about that part is like there's not even close to being real, because like it would never be textured, because, you know. But
Yeah.
that's what we lived. You know, that's what we lived through, and to get out of that is, to me, is amazing. Like,
The more I
guys, like,
didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, throughout my growing up, I've always like thought, how does that work? How does that? I always questioned it, and I wasn't ever satisfied. And so I've done quite a bit of photography, and I'm always like, I have a lot of photos where they're aerial, and everything's just flat. I mean, your clouds are even. If you look at
Yeah,
clouds,
I know. Yeah,
they're straight.
all the way
They don't have
across.
any
Yeah, all the way
curvature.
across.
That
All the,
alone tells you your um, what your surroundings are made up of.
let me ask you a question, Phil. So, have you ever seen where, like, in the morning, where the sun's rising, but then the anti, the crepuscular and then anti-crepuscular rays go over your head? Have you ever seen that in person?
Yeah. Well, after the sun rises, I've seen. I haven't seen it as it rises too much. I haven't been to the beach early in the morning enough, often at least. And but I've seen plenty crepuscular rays, and I've photographed a bunch of it.
But I'm saying, like, when they go over your head, like, I've only seen it one time. I'm just asking. I'm just curious.
I don't think I've seen it go over my head. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think so.
crazy, dude. If you've heard of that, right? Where, like, because perspective, it always puts it over your head, but then it proves that we're not on the globe, because there's no way it would go down away
That's
from you.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
do the same with shadows too. The shadows from the clouds actually go straight across.
Yeah. I don't know why I just thought about that. But where are you from, Phil?
I'm in the West Coast.
California area?
Yeah.
What part of
Cali?
Cali?
Yeah.
I was born in Long Beach.
I'm about 45 minutes north.
Dude, Roger's been everywhere, by the way.
I was born there, dude. That's the first place I saw. I went
I'm
to
just
school.
saying.
I went there. I
I'm
lived there
just,
until I was like 6, and I went to school at Bessel's Elementary in Anaheim.
Oh wow, I don't know it, but that's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from the opposite area. I'm from Florida. So,
That's pretty flat there.
My dad
yeah,
was
I
a
know.
cop in the
Yeah,
Watts riots. By
you
the
know
way,
how flat it is, Phil? It's so flat that it's actually negative flat there.
Right.
In
Yeah.
a
You
lot
got
of
the
places.
Everglades.
And dude, we flooded all the time. I mean, this is below sea level, you know, in
Right.
a lot
Right.
of places, or
Beautiful,
like right
beautiful,
at, you know.
beautiful area to photograph too.
Oh yeah, dude. One of my best friends is Wide Awake. You ever heard of Dave Wide Awake? He's a
Of
Wide Awake
course,
channel,
he's OG. He's the OG.
bro. He's my friend. He's like one of my best friends. I just talked to him the other night, and
No way. Wow.
yeah, bro. And he's like really, well, he's doing better actually. He had some problems, um, health wise, but like, dude, he's doing better,
I'm glad to
and
hear that he's doing better.
yeah, dude. I am too, dude. Because like it was kind of scary there for a little while, but
I
he's
did see him pop
happy.
up. I did see him
He's
pop
happy.
up on a few videos
Yeah.
he commented on. So I said hello to him. He's familiar with me, but probably not too. He's got a lot of people.
Oh, I'm sure that's probably where I recognize your. I kind of recognized it. I still had to mess with you and find out if you're real, and obviously you're real. I just had to do that sometimes. Yeah, man. Dave's awesome. Like, and he's doing well, and like he sounded awesome the other night. So And he does so many good observations. Like so, so you obviously know. Like,
Yeah,
anyway,
I've been following probably since 2015 or something like that.
when he
was
first
around.
came, when he
Yeah.
first started, yeah, it's crazy, bro. That's awesome.
Huh. I got a question. What kind of cigar are you smoking?
It's called My Father.
My Father.
Yeah, it's Jaime Garcia does some good rolls. So
You spend money on it, huh? Oh, I want to get back to playing this, guys. Is that all right, guys? Before we get
absolutely
too much later.
All right, I'd be interested to hear what Phil has to say now.
good to hear from you, Scott.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys. Back to Sav and Cubby.
All right.
And what's that guy, Mike? I can't. Yeah, Mike Vargas. I have never heard of this guy before. I have no idea what he's done. But he's starting to look pretty grassroots to me for what he's doing.
Yeah, I never heard of him either. But fast forward if it gets boring.
Match these different things and see if it works for me. As we discussed earlier, I did the Eratosthenes experiment 8 different places on the globe.
I did it.
He's been 8 different places on the globe.
wait, what? That was funny. No, he didn't. He did the Eratosthenes on 8 different places on the globe.
Did he walk back 500? What was it, miles or something?
Yeah, it was like
stadia.
That was old.
Yeah.
Dude, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. I think he's just making shit up. Dude. Anyway, go ahead.
I think he's using an AutoCAD program or some kind of computer program to simulate 8 different places on the globe and what it would look like. He didn't actually go there. But yeah, if he did that, more power to him. Crap. This thing doesn't work like it should every time.
In my kitchen.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Because I can get the same results. I can get the same results from a local light source in a level plane.
Okay. Then you don't understand the experiment.
So what it's well, here's the thing. Eratosthenes, if he actually really existed, isn't proof of anything one way or the other, as I just demonstrated, because I can do the same
Dude,
thing.
Roger, really quick.
See, you have to understand, Eratosthenes wasn't trying to prove that the Earth.
Nobody ever says his name right, and nobody even knows if he was real. Think about that for a second. You can't even say his name right.
Records got burned up in Alexandria, right? For what
yeah,
the Christians.
Yeah, they supposedly burned all the evidence, and nobody ever talked about him, and nobody can say his name properly, and he might not be real. What are we even talking about? Sticks and shadows, right? Sticks and shadows?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Sticks and shadows.
And what was it, Siam? Yeah. The distance between the 500 stadium. And he had a guy walk all that way, and they did it 6 different times during a year. They took
donkeys. They took donkeys. It was amazing. Okay, it's freaking like Fantasyland. Anyway, go ahead.
Who was the Persian that did it? There was another one that did it.
Aristophanes.
Yeah,
Al-Biruni.
Yeah, Aristophanes and Al-Biruni. Yes, 2 great mathematicians. I'm telling you. One knows absolutely nothing about.
Amazing mathematicians.
Cool.
Somehow,
right. Like if we even know that they existed, right? Sure.
Somehow Al-Biruni is credited for both flat and sphere.
I know. It's weird.
Oh boy. Sounds fun.
Yeah, but, he came up with, like he said, what Saab is basically saying. I can do it with a local light source. And even the astronomers will admit that the distance to the sun they can calculate as far as they want. But they have to have parallel light to do such things, which there is no such thing. There's
variables.
From its source.
You're putting variables in there. You can do whatever you want with variables.
Yeah, it's like theoretical astrophysicists. They can say whatever they basically want as long as the math adds up. And yeah. And you can get paid for it if you actually publish a paper and get peer review, and everybody pats you on the back, and yay ha! You get a grant, and you get to go try your little thesis out and experiment with it, and maybe you'll have a breakthrough. Boom, and you'll have to actually do real work. Has anybody seen Sabine Hasselfelder's latest videos? She's mad at all the astrophysicists because they're just spitting out the same
What?
puke and getting paid for it, dude.
So you see, we said thesis. What is thesis?
What's your theory?
Thesis.
You
Yeah,
write your theory,
exactly,
make a
exactly.
paper out of it.
Sorry, I just want to be a nerd and say that. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all right. Fine. And she's mad because they're getting paid because they all concede on the same points. They don't ever challenge the mainstream narrative. And she's been there long enough, and she's an actual physicist. And Dan's not a professor guy is mad at her because he says he's getting
You
off
said
of
Dan. You
reality.
said Dan, not a professor,
Dave,
or Dave. Dave.
Dave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Sorry,
did
I'm
the
just.
show on that.
I'm just here. Simon Dan, Dave. Oh yeah, he got it confused. It was Simon Dave Dan.
Yeah, they're all the same in my book, dude. They really are. They don't know what they're talking about for half the part, and when you start pulling apart their what do you call it, debunkings of flat Earth when they get online, it's not that hard to do.
By the way, just wanted to mention on Reddit, I was trying to be active because I found this channel, subreddit called Flat Earth is Real, but it's really just a honeypot for bots. There's bots in there, and they're all controlled. And you can't get anything across. So just to be aware, Reddit.
Wait, hold on. Was it? I think I saw that. I think my lead singer sent me a thing from Flat Earth is Real or something.
Yeah, it's all. It's a controlled site. It's a controlled.
Yeah.
It might as well be Flat Earth Society stuff, right?
Exactly.
The title is
worse.
Misleading.
It's worse.
The title is misleading. It's a bunch of bots that are just regurgitating mainstream science.
Oh, that's nice. That's what I had to deal with on Facebook too.
Oh man,
went on there. Oh, it's worse. Everybody out there is a rocket scientist, astrophysicist, or a pilot.
everybody
Quora.
now. Yeah,
Quora.
Roger. Yeah. Roger. Everybody's a genius now. Yep.
And there's so many of them, man. I wonder where they work at and what their field is. At least they don't live in my town. It's a NASA town. It's weird.
They work at Agape. They work at Agape.
No, they work at Maxar and Ball, and they build satellite parks.
They could be in the Free Masonic Lodge for all I know.
I think it's funnier to think about they work at the Agape Church.
Or Masonic
Have you
Lodge.
been there? It's a big Masonic Lodge. Though they got a building across from me that's shaped like a giant satellite dish made out of glass.
Oh wow!
I'm not kidding. I took Mikey over to look at it when he came up.
Wait, what, dude? Come on! You got no video? No video?
Yeah, I'll show you Maxar if you want to see it. It's like 2 blocks from me, literally. I can walk there in like 5
satellite dish and glass.
Yeah, let me get it up on. I'll pull up a picture of it for you.
Dude, I would move away from that area as soon as possible. That's what I would do. But I mean, that's just me.
That's Denver, though. The whole damn town's like this, dude. The business parks are either, small end doctors doing holistic medicine, or they're a workshop for satellites and stuff.
You're in Denver?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
You didn't know that, bro?
I think I may have Colorado. I knew, but I didn't know it was Denver.
Dude, he's Will. You know Will Duffy, right? Will Duffy.
10
he's
miles
Will
from
Duffy's
me,
neighbor. He's Will Duffy's neighbor.
Wow.
I've been to his church. I've met him. I shook his hand. He lied to me right out the bat. He did. The first thing he actually said to me was a lie.
Dude, Phil, are you new here? Like to this channel? This
Not really. Not really.
Oh, okay. You just didn't know about this stuff? That's weird.
I just didn't know. Yeah, location wise. No, yeah.
Yeah.
I must have been listening to more of the lives. I didn't get them in my feed, so.
Yeah, you're probably like censored, or like you probably don't even see it. But dude, so Roger went to Will Duffy's church, and he said something about it. Like he's like, it looks like it's under construction, and then Jaronism, Jaron, you know Jaron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jaron was like, "That guy's a liar." I'm like, "Wait, Roger, you're not a liar, are you?" He's like, "No, I'm not."
I don't have a reason to lie to you. Yeah.
And Jaron like literally just like called freaking Roger a liar. I'm like, okay, what the heck, dude?
That is bizarre.
Yeah, dude. This whole thing is bizarre. It's been bizarre for a few years now. A couple years.
Yeah.
It's all
Jaron used
weird.
to do some good stuff on Apollo and
Did he? Did he do some good stuff?
7 years back, 7 years or maybe 8 years back. It was actually pretty good stuff.
I mean,
see that
kind
thing
of.
on the screen, guys. Check a look at the screen.
Yeah, I see it.
That's the building, dude.
Wow.
And I'll take you on a tour of it. CBS did a thing.
Oh, it's called Contact.
Aerospace
Contact.
Employment, new company leads the move on, but they're owned by Ball, the same people that make the mason jars. They make most of the satellite parts.
Wait, hold on.
Right? Today, we were surprised to find out Colorado is the leader in
Ball?
aerospace jobs, not just in the country, but in the entire world.
Dude,
and that business is still growing.
Ball.
Maxar Technologies announced that it is moving its headquarters to Westminster. Jeff Todd was
That's where I
there for
live,
the big
Westminster,
reveal today.
Colorado.
The governor told you that he couldn't
That's
stop
this
smiling
town I'm
today
in.
because of this move.
We're right adjacent to Denver, right next door.
Karen, this is something he's been working on for a real long time. He likes focusing on companies with emerging technologies.
Jeff
now
Todd.
the parent company of Digital Globe is going to move all of it.
That street right there is 120th. I live at 123rd. So,
dude, you gotta get out of there, dude. It's all bad. It's all bad.
Okay, but you
Just
gotta look
kidding.
at the building now.
As bad as
I see.
There we go. I'll play it.
Its operations here for its headquarters. Well, the governor told us something else we didn't know. The word topophilia.
Topophilia means love of place, and I think it's at the heart of almost all economic development.
A what?
People have to love a place.
Wait,
to
what?
invest in it.
Love a
Maxar
place?
Technologies decided it loved Colorado enough to
Topophilia.
move its headquarters into the
There it is.
Digital
Man,
Globe building.
there's a lot of philia.
You can see my apartment
Now
from
it's
there.
occupied
Dude,
by a
this
space
is
company.
crazy.
Colorado has become one of the key aerospace markets in the country.
Maxar specializes in commercial satellites, space robotics like the arm on the International
people know
Space
where I live.
Station, and after acquiring Digital Globe last year, taking some of the most remarkable photos of Earth.
I'm so happy for you.
Governor Hickenlooper says it's companies like this, with an eye on the future, that will have a long-lasting impact on Colorado.
I want companies that are their whole
think it's
culture is
stock
based
boost.
on innovation. That they're the companies that are going to keep coming up with new ideas. And it also says that we've got more talent here, and that people are more productive because they're happier and more balanced.
And with a new
Dude, this
home,
is why I moved
Maxar
to
expects
a
to add
mountain
about
in
800
the middle of
jobs
nowhere.
over the next decade.
In the middle of nowhere.
A great
Where are
talent
you at?
pool. Digital Globe has been benefiting from that as they've been growing.
Okay.
I'm in Sparta, North Carolina, on a mountain. On a mountain, actually. There's a mountain and there's a mountain on top of the mountain. So that's where I live, in the middle of nowhere.
I know where you live exactly. I used to live in Gastonia, remember? Kings Mountain, Gastonia, Rock Hill. That was where I played as a young child. Yeah. After, let's say, 8 years old. That's from the time till I turned 20, almost.
That's far, far away from me. That's way down the road.
It's south from you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's south. Yeah. It's about 3
Anyway.
hours. 3 hours.
I used to go to Boone when I was a kid and go to Grandfather Mountain.
Yeah, dude. Grandfather. Yeah. We never talked about that. Grandfather Mountain looks like a grandfather. Well, not a grandfather, a face. It's 1 mile up. It's a mile high.
Yeah. They got a mile
Yep.
high Slaking Bridge. Dude.
I was gonna say, speaking of mile high, Denver, freaking remember back when Denver was like cool, when it was like mountains, and then like what was that guy, the quarterback for the freaking Denver Broncos?
Elway.
Yeah, like
Elway,
remember back in the '90s when it was like good times in Denver. Now it's like, what are they doing over there, bro? They're building like.
Mm-hmm.
They're like putting like all the freaking the airport. Like what was up with that whole thing? Like, come on.
Well, they've gutted it so far. in the past year. Yeah, they've
I know
taken
you
down
told
all
me
the
that.
monuments.
They're changing it. Did they take down that giant freaking horse with the red eyes?
No, I think it's still there. I haven't been out front of the airport. I've been I walked through the airport, and like the murals with the gargoyles and stuff, they're pretty much gone.
Oh, the gargoyles too. Yeah.
People were saying stuff. That's why they did it. Well, it's been 2 hours and 5 minutes I've been on, and I've only got through about 20 minutes of that video. It's horrible, but it's been a good conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, dude. It's pretty revolutionary that the non-bot guy came on. He's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to dig any more into the video tonight. It's getting late.
All right, what song are you gonna play? A good song, I hope.
Well, yeah, I was playing Payday Monsanto earlier.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, I was suggesting those.
Oh, Payday? You know Payday? Phil?
Yeah, I mean,
Dude.
I don't know what happened to him now, but he's done some amazing,
it's
amazing
been, dude. I like Payday. Like he's pretty good. He's like, well, yeah. What happened to him? Did he get freaking? Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah.
Well,
it's the thing.
He get signed up with a big label, dude, and they screwed him over. Pretty much what happened.
Oh, really? Is that what happened?
Jive Records, him and Rugged Man were going to get signed on the.
Oh, Rugged Man? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Rugged Man too? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Rugged Man got the shaft.
Yeah, Ray. You know, Boston Ray always talks about Rugged Man. He's like, I used to hang out with Rugged Man back in Boston. I'm like, okay, Ray. All right, cool.
Nice. Rugged Man went through a lot of stuff, dude. He lost a lot of his family and stuff.
Wow.
So hold on. So Phil Anselmo. No, not Phil Anselmo. Phil something. Anselmo. You know who that is?
No.
That's the lead singer for Pantera.
Oh, you mean that Phil? Okay. Yeah, I know
Phil.
who he is.
That Phil.
Forgot his last name. Yeah.
Yeah, his last name.
He has a Great British Hardcore tattoo on the side of his head.
Yeah, well, Pantera was one of my favorite bands. But I'm asking Phil, whatever it is. What is it? I can't read it. Whatever it is.
Fill in the blank?
Fill in the blank. Yeah, fill in the blank. Yo, so have you heard my song, Earth Doesn't Twirl?
No, I don't think so.
Are you serious?
Yeah, drop a link in the chat. I'll take a look.
No, Roger will play it right now, I think. Maybe. Really quick.
Well, drop a link in the chat. Drop a link in the chat.
Oh, I can't do that.
So you can take it home with them. Yeah.
I'm on a phone.
All right, you two. Do I have to separate you? Don't make me get in the back seat with you.
Do it in the
okay, all right.
Backseat
Backseat driver. All right, just kidding. Whatever. Look it up. Look up my channel. Sub to me if you want.
Yeah. Sub to Scott. You got 3 channels, don't you?
No, I only have 2, Roger.
I thought you had 3.
Sheesh. No. Jeez. I'm not weird.
Myself, but
dude, I do 5 shows usually a week.
Dude, my wife. Listen. My wife talked about vaccines, and I had to make a backup channel. Okay, she talked about vaccines. I got kicked off YouTube like it didn't matter because I had like 7 subs. But I was like, maybe I should start a backup channel. Okay, and it's all my music though. My backup channel is my music, but in my bands and blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, Ryan just learned I play drums. It's fine.
I thought he knew, man. I did. Honestly.
No, he knows. He's just joking. No, he's like, you play music. I don't. No. He's like, maybe he sings. I'm actually singing now. I'm actually freaking singing a lot of freaking hard songs. It's gonna be hard. I bust a move.
My hats off to whoever streams and stuff like you, Roger, because I don't know where you find the time and stuff, but with
it's
work
hard to do, man. It is
pretty difficult.
Roger, play any good song. I know you'll play a good song. It doesn't matter. I'm just joking.
I'm looking you up, and it's not pulling it's pulling up you and Super Sidewinder.
Yeah, that's it.
Boston Race. It's Boston Race Channel is what it's called.
Oh no, not that one. No, it's
I
freaking.
think you're shadow banned, dude.
No. Scott level realm. Earth doesn't twirl. It's got to be on
Definitely
there.
got Scott level realm and it's not pulling your channel up. And I have you. I'm subbed to you, but it's not pulling me up in the subs neither.
What? Yeah, I'm definitely shadow banned, but it doesn't matter. It's not that good. It doesn't matter. He's never heard it. It does matter though, because I was playing on electric drums, and it's not the real thing. So like, don't. I mean, it would be much better on real drums, but it's on a click track, which makes it, more professional.
It doesn't twirl, right?
Earth doesn't freaking twirl, son.
You should know better.
You can't even find it. Yeah,
No, dude, I'm
definitely.
not. It's not popping up. Typing it in.
How many? There's no songs named Earth Doesn't Twirl. There's 0 songs except for one. Only one. How? That's impossible.
Dude, I'm just telling you, it's not pulling you up.
Go to my channel.
I'm trying to go to your channel. I tried that first.
Okay, my channel, and then you scroll down. I know it's. Oh, jeez.
Pulled up a Saint is Earth Twirl. That's what it's pulled up so far.
Hold on, let me see. All right, I'm gonna go. Wait, how do I do this?
Our IPs are already logged.
Yeah, this is the worst. It's not even that good. Son of a bitch.
No, I'm not pulling you up. I'm pulling up. Give me Neil deGrasse Tyson and everybody else's excuses for why the Earth does twirl. They even got a NASA Sky Network video is pulling up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's not pulling anything up.
They said twirl. This is freaking weird.
I'm using YouTube. Is what I'm using now. I could do a Chrome search, but
you could do a filter on YouTube for channels and
What?
I'm trying to remember how to do the filter too. I ain't even done it. Let's see. How to narrow my search down. Here, I'll just put song in. See if it helps the search. Rotation song. The Earth spins round.
Wait, you can't go to my channel.
I'm trying to get to I typed in your channel the first time, Scott Level Realm.
Scott Level Realm.
Yeah.
Are you serious? It won't even let you go to my channel? That's weird.
It's not pulling you up.
Oh, that's good. Good to know.
Okay, no, nothing here at all, dude. I typed it in again. I'm getting everything to. Here, I'll show you.
Double T for Scott?
Yeah, of course.
I hope so.
I know how to spell Scott at least.
It's Scott Level Realm. All one word. All one word.
Okay.
All one word. Do you know that part?
I had Scott. Level Realm connected the first time I did it.
This is so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. Yeah,
it should pull up in a main search. It should. The algorithm should do it.
So if you go up,
okay, there you got it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, now scroll down. Scroll.
Twirl. And the producer of the video was here. It is. Got it.
Yeah, Mr. Super. Yeah, there it is. It's actually a good video by Mr. Super Sidewinder. He's amazing. I mean, he's cool. He's blind, and he still can do things. He can do a lot of things.
He's not really blind in his mind's eye. Let's put it that way.
Well, no, but he's legally blind. He can only see a tiny, tiny bit. So it's amazing that he can actually do something like this.
Are you bracing yourself, Bill?
Yep.
Dude, it's gonna talk about you'll see.
Just I'll stop the world and I'll meld with you. Just think about that.
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Okay.
Stop the world. How are you gonna stop the world, retards?
They feed us lies from our birth to our death. No one has ever proven Earth's rotation yet. Hiding Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. We've seen the BS lies on the TV all the time. Do a bit of research and you'll prove. Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. See through the lies before it becomes too late. The programming your mind to indoctrinate. They show us cartoons and they say it's outer space. They do admit that the globe is Photoshop. Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. You've seen the BS lies on the TV all the time. Do a bit of research and you'll prove. Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. The truth does see through lies. Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. We've seen the BS lies on the TV all the time. Do a bit of research and you'll prove. Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. The truth does open eyes. Earth doesn't move. Earth doesn't move. Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. Earth doesn't swirl. We've seen the BS lies on the TV all the time. Do a bit of research and you'll prove. Earth doesn't swirl, Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. Earth doesn't swirl, Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth. Earth doesn't swirl, Earth doesn't swirl, and that's the truth.
That was really cool.
Like they just 80s pop songs and make it into a song. Like
The old 80s.
the old 80s.
Yeah.
The old 80s.
Well,
That's
I'll do the
my-
rest of the
my
Styles
time.
interview next time.
Oh, it sounds decent on Restream, but it's still, we could do better.
The drums sounded live.
Yeah, they were fake drums, bro. They're electric drums, dude. Yeah, I wish it were.
Danny uses electric drums in some of his stuff. He uses all kinds of drums, actually. He has a whole digital setup, too.
Yeah, and my singing was not that good, so.
That's all
I
right.
tried.
Better than
I
others.
tried.
That's good.
It took like 1 hour, so.
Wow.
It was like a 1 hour thing. Like it was for honestly, it was for all the flat earthers out there. You know, like I was just doing it like that. You know, like for all y'all that understand. I wish I said we're not moving upward, and that's the truth.
Well, that's another whole can of worms. That's just the.
I know it was, dude. I didn't even know about that whole thing until after I recorded that, like a year ago, or not even a year ago, but like.
Yeah, don't even introduce that.
I would have thrown some like, you know, like upwards at how many miles an hour? Anyway.
How many? Yeah, it's beyond miles per hour by now.
Billions and billions.
There's so many segues different channels have taken. I mean, if all the channels would actually just get a little get together or unite somehow or to communicate and say, hey, this week we're only going to talk about this on all the channels, you'd get a lot more across. Like I said, perspective, right? If you just stuck to perspective, you'd at least teach people how to see. But unfortunately, they don't have that unity.
No, not really. And
Yeah,
so
bro.
PFD and the consensus punches out
They've
every
they've been doing that for like 8 years at least, 7, 8 years, where they've compartmentalized everyone like
Have you
into
guys
little segments.
come across Sky Free channel?
Oh yeah, I know Scott Free.
Yeah,
Of
Sky
course,
Free is
dude.
amazing. They stick to the same thing constantly, and they drive the point.
I have a whole bunch of her videos saved on my.
Yeah, they just moved to that new place and they take the videos across that little pond.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's funny. I'm all about that.
Yeah, like her mirror videos when she goes long distances with ships. Shows you the mirroring effect. Shows you where the actual horizon is supposed to be.
These RC the RC boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've been watching them since. Yeah, dude. That's crazy, Phil. That you know about
First
them.
couple of videos, she actually went and got to a shipyard and watched ships go out. And she was doing that.
Yeah, that was one of their original ones, I think.
It's a good video.
It is.
Shows you where the mirages are, actually.
Dude, they used to do live streams even like a few times. Remember that?
I have not seen the live streams.
Yeah, they only did like 2 or something. But like they're smart people. Like it's a chick and some guy, whatever. But they did a good job. Like, and they're part of the whole,
Absolutely. I think that
why
like
don't
Nathan Oakley or sticking to the R, the no curvature or R value.
The measurements, just straight up horizon measurements.
Yeah, measurements. If you stick to one topic, you're going to get through to a lot more people.
Yeah, they'll understand it a lot easier. It brings clarity to it.
Absolutely.
But I like fringe stuff, like what Ben does. Like he'll go out and he prove that sunsets only can happen the way they do actually happen on a flat Earth. They got some Stoneman's videos that he did with an experiment with the sunset, and they ran it through a blender program, and they figured out what shadows would do in a sunset on the ball Earth with the exact radius that they claim it is, and what it would do on a flat plane or a flat Earth. And he did an experiment with a window, and he actually shows that the sun never the light.
That's right. I saw that. Yeah.
It's a good video. I like it.
Very good. Yeah, he does good work.
Hey, I have to say bye. My phone's dying. Shocking. My phone's dying. Later, guys.
Glad you came on, Bill. Man.
Nice to meet you, man. And later, Ryan. See you.
Ryan.
Peace. Later.
He's not listening. He's there somewhere. He's in between the light and the ceiling. He's up in the attic. You get his car working for the wife. So, yeah. What do you think about going to Antarctica, Mr. Bill?
What do I think about going to Antarctica?
Yeah, me going to Antarctica better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I just want to go down and just show exactly what happens.
And it's gonna cost quite a bit, right?
Yeah, I think I can get it done for a little around 30,000. I'm not getting the full treatment like they got with the camp and everything. I don't think they have different packages, and we went through it. I'm trying to get a good price on what I'd actually get anybody to help me do, but I want to do a 24-hour live stream during the solstice.
That would be amazing.
What they were supposed to do to begin with, dude.
Right.
That's what they.
And then you had Jaren with the upside down compass.
That's how it works, man.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure. That is still independent from the shape of the ground. So
yeah, I know, but I mean, I'm just going to show you that we can calculate the sun just as well as they can, and it's been done. It was done back in the 1700s, man. Captain James Ross Clark.
I think I have that book. There's a book I have, Zetetic Astronomy. I think it's somewhere in there.
Yeah, I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They had a photograph of sailors playing cards on midnight on the solstice in Antarctica. But they claim there's another celestial sphere that the sun takes a circuit around too, supposedly. and it could leave the possibilities open to several different suns in their world. So.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. But I mean, one photograph is not enough evidence for me to go, oh yeah, there's a midnight sun in Antarctica, because I mean the sun could be out at midnight there, and it still wouldn't be a full 24 hours of the
Right.
sun and it doesn't comport with the North at all. The North has a complete different environment and a lot more sun. Let's put it that way, and it's a lot warmer there.
Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of odd because it does like putting the weight on a 24-hour sun in a general idea of where we are kind of dilutes its I don't know. It's something that you're already past it, but I always look at the perspective of critical mass understanding. Hitting that critical mass, and anything that segues away from measuring, like you said, measurements that it kind of fragments things, but it's still important to know. So I think I'd support you for that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of other cosmologies out there than just the spherical nature, like our solar system and Copernican. That's not the only cosmology in the world.
Yeah,
and a lot of them are very descriptive. Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with the different cosmologies.
Well, the Islamic cosmology, the Christian cosmology, or Hebrew cosmology is better yet put, describe a completely different thing. And even in the Apocrypha, they go into detail in a lot of the cosmologies, but they're kind of fringing. The church kind of frowns on the Apocrypha to a point. Like a lot of the books, they don't incorporate it in the dogma. So it does have more cosmology in Enoch and Jasher and other books that describe events and things that were shown to Enoch and everybody else in the way they describe the cosmos, as you'd call it. It's different.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of biblical cosmologists out there too, and they're mad at people like who was that guy who wrote that book? Danny Faulkner. That's the guy I'm looking for.
I've heard of that name.
Yeah, he's an astrophysicist, but he's also a Christian, and he works with a group called Answers in Genesis. And he likes to punt Copernican cosmology into Christianity like it's no big deal, because the Bible doesn't describe any cosmology in any way, shape, or form like modern or Copernican. I guess you call it Copernican cosmology is what the word, or Kepler, Huygens, or any of the rest of them. Yeah, they created a whole other mathematics and formulas to calculate where the luminaries are, and they use a spherical Earth and a solar system in the center of it. And that one of the things that Cook actually went to do was to disprove. Well, not Cook. Clark actually was going to disprove the globe model.
Who was
that? James Ross Clark, the captain. They actually were looking for the South Pole. They never found it. They were looking for the seventh lost continent too, and they never found it neither.
That'd be interesting if you do a video on that.
Well, I have done a few actually.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I've even done a full comparison north and south, and the climate and the sunlight and everything, the whole condition, from using mainstream stuff. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Nice.
But you know what they did in my video?
What's that?
They got rid of the video, dude.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
lost
wow.
it within an hour, dude. It was gone. Well, I used a couple of documentaries, like of the northern. It was actually, I think it was Iceland, where they did a lot of the documentary. They were filming the sun, and they did an interview with a girl who lives there, and the 4 months of sunlight summer in the north, and I was comparing it to the south, and I couldn't find that many videos on the south, but what I did find didn't comport with what happens in the north at all their stations. And now all of a sudden there's like tons of videos showing, oh, we got a midnight sun here now. Go pull, try to. Well, I doubt you're going to find it as much as you would like right after TFE went out. There's a filmmaker who lives he works on a base in south of what's the name? Murdoch. That's where he's at. And he's been trying to get his videos published, but every one he's put out, we pulled it apart and we found fraud in it. Like with the Midnight Sun, he's got anomalies that are in there that
I think I've
overlap
seen a
each other.
couple of those.
Yeah, that's the guy that's behind TFE.
Oh, okay.
If you want to know who it is, that's him.
I see the one with the watch.
Mm-hmm. He did that one.
Okay.
And he did 2 or 3 more, and none of them really are legit to speak of. Well, I'm going to get off here. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes, Phil.
Thanks so much, Roger. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Ryan, can you hear me? And say goodbye to the audience?
He's out.
He's busy working on the car.
Yeah.
You can hear us. He's got his mic wide open. You can hear our echo. Nope. Good night, guys. I'm going to play it with a song. I'll do a Payday song.
Cool.
You like Payday, Monsanto? What's your favorite Payday song?
I like Under Control. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. How about 9/11 Truth?
Yeah, some of those. But there's like 7 or 8 that are. I mean, Pigs Gone Wild is pretty amazing.
Uh-huh. Do you like Millionaire Patriots?
I'm not sure if I heard that one.
How about the Golem? Have you heard that one?
The Golem?
Yeah, it's off. Let's see I can't pronounce it properly. I-10. It's basically a misspelling of Illuminati, but they put.
Oh yes. I must have heard it, but I don't know the title.
It's got 9/11 Truth on the album. Call Me When You're Free. Climate Change, Under Control, Millionaire Patriots.
Yes. There's a channel called Truth Music.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to it.
There you go. Yeah.
And he started his own label. That's basically what he kind of did.
Who's this?
But Payday.
Oh, he did his own label.
Yeah, but it's not really there anymore. And he started up on Spotify trying to promote it. Not Spotify, but SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I was subscribed to it, and I was getting stuff like Rational Locomotive. He did
so these are newer tracks.
I don't think he's got any really new tracks. Let's go to his website right quick. His YouTube channel is pretty much dead.
Yeah.
He's only got you got 2 albums on here: Missiles with Relish and the I-10 Molnati.
Yeah.
Call Me When You're Free. Those are the 2 albums he has featured on here.
One of my other favorites is what's that word?
Pop Culture.
It's more of a song where he's gosh, what was it? I really like it, but the recording is not it's not very good. It's where he wants to, a sip of some pineapple juice or something. I forget the.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's on Murder by Numbers, I think. That's on here too.
Maybe that's a really good track. I mean, that's like a.
I'll pull that album up. Now it's going to pull it up song by song. Jeez. Yeah,
off the coast of Costa Rica. That's the one.
Okay, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, it's not. I don't see it, or I probably have to look it up individually. It's not on his channel. Right up. I did. What did I play to start with? Climate Change. Have you heard that one?
Yeah. He's got a lot of things like that.
Dead the Fed's one of my favorites. But if you haven't ever heard the Golem, you might like it. But it's kind of, some people might say it would be anti-Semitic.
Oh.
But that's people who don't know what Semitic is. So.
Right.
I'm anti myself. I'm anti-God. I'm anti, but I know what they mean when they say it. They're anti-Semitic.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Spider, that is BS. Yeah, they've taken down several different of my videos because it doesn't comport with what they preaches in school. They don't teach you reality. they paint it up nice and neat and make it work.
Well, the whole society is engineered, so
Yeah, and people like Bernays and a few other very well-known psychiatrists were hired by a lot of wealthy individuals to form society to make it what it is now.
yeah,
And it's a
Edward
mess, dude.
Bernays, Gustav Le Bon.
You know who his uncle is, right?
Yeah, Freud.
Yeah, Sigmund. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're watching dancing bears and bears on unicycles. We're having dreams about our mother.
Yeah, that's. Have you heard of Yuri Bezmenov?
It sounds familiar, but what was he good for?
He's he breaks down how societies are.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Controlled.
He's actually on Payday's albums. A lot of them. He's got clips of him talking.
Oh yeah,
doing breakdowns of society.
Maybe
And how
so.
they like to dictate societies. It is a dictatorship, man. They literally socially engineer from top to bottom, and if you step out of line, you're a nut.
Yeah, Yuri Bezmenov shows you the systematic way it's done, so it's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
I think he worked with governments at one point in time, didn't he?
Yeah, he was. I think he was KGB at one point.
Yeah, he talks about the KGB and how they use the psyops and stuff.
Yep.
It's there's actually a song on this album that actually has been in it. I'll get it. I can see if I can find it again. Try to remember the name of it. All right. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What album is it? Here you go. I think it's Russia from Russia with Love. I think he's on there.
Oh, I don't even know that. So I don't know half his music. So
Yeah. Well, I'll play that one. We'll play that out. Yeah. That's where it was going to start with. So
all right.
That was the next song. Yeah. Let's make sure though. There's a one on here. This is title track. Let me see if that's it. Now that one's got Alex Jonestein in it. So. That's what he called Alex Jones or Bill Hicks, which whenever you want.
Right.
I think he does do a thing called The Big Picture, but he has like KGB quotes in that song and how they use psyops.
That guy is so talented. I wish I could help him somehow get out of where he's at. He's like kind of moving around and kind of. I'm not sure if he's homeless or not, but he's like in hotels or not.
Yeah.
And I think
on his live channel, he was going from place to place constantly.
Yeah,
they were coming to get him. Yeah.
He may have been something that must have happened to him, or just maybe unfortunately drugs may have gotten to him, and because he's doing these videos on how if you do a false color and certain settings on your camera.
Talking about.
Yeah, if you do certain settings on your camera, it's going to show certain, it's going to distort what's there. Basically oversamples the sensor's sensitivity, and it'll cause all kinds of distortion. But I don't know. He's out there with it.
Oh yeah, he was thinking that they're sending like these waves and nanobots. And
Right. Yeah, the nanobots.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, if you can go deep with that, man. Too deep, and I think he's gone. Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I'm gonna play from Russia with Love because I think it's the one with the tracks in it.
All right.
And I'll put the link in the back chat if you want the.
Please, that'd be great.
Okay, cool. His other channel's gone where he was doing the video stuff. I haven't seen it anywhere. I've looked it up too, and I can't find it.
Huh.
He's gone. Here, this should be linked right to him, so I'll just copy it right out of here. And I do have a private chat somewhere. Yeah, there it is. You've been in there, Phil. Been typing in my private chat.
I was trying to tell Scott to drop the link in there.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have his own link ready. He's not really trying to build the channel anymore, I don't think, as it goes. He just wants to promote his music. And there you go. There's a link.
Very cool.
It's from Russia with Love. It's I guess it's kind of a James Bond play on the name. Is what I think he's going with.
The legalization process in the United States is basically completed already. Активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interest of defending themselves, their families.
My speech incite riots, police do not like it. Mayor Nutter's excited, payday wasn't invited to the gala. My style's delicious, please bite it. The beast will be released, don't try to fight it. Dummy judges want to base their voice, but I'm a pure connoisseur, honey, taste this choice. I got 45 flavors and crazy lawyers in 28 states who owe me mad favors. And they still wanna burn me. That's why you're legally retarded if you hire an attorney. I'm about my loot, your quiz don't concern me. Interfering here, you're going out on a gurney. I am like traffic court. I got you in line around the block passing ports. Trying to get your ticket expunged. All you're getting is some liquid from a dick in your lungs. The red tape will not stop. You got organic soil will kill that crop. We got judges who know we can't be blocked. You see, Monsanto got this thing on lock. All the food on your table we're fucking. We will not put a label on nothing. It's well understood. We love humanity and we wish to do something good. Philanthropist, just a calm, natural guy. Hard to hate like mom's apple pie. Boy, you don't know how lucky you are. You're back in the USSR. Cause we love ya, and we got ya. Catching drones from Russia, just to soothe ya. My Natasha, my babushka. Catching drones from Russia, yeah. We're back in the USSR. Boy, you don't know how lucky you are. We're back in the USSR. With all 10 planks, you can thank the Tsar. I damn near passed the bar. Bring in the motherfucking tambourine. My hype man is mean. So damn quick you can't be seen. I'm jumping all over your rights like trampolines. Soon it will be illegal to bite a tangerine. Don't let the police find out you got the flu, or you will have to be penalized by Doctor Who. I blew up your little towers, I confess. You cannot fathom the power I possess. I can smell the pretty little flowers on your dress, but turning big buildings into powder is the best. Everybody rap now, but what they do is act foul. You whack clown, now sit the fuck back down. I really love Indian food. Sorry Mike, Matt, and Bree, I didn't mean to be rude. But this RV is not just a motorhome, it inspires catchy tunes from Russia. Thanks to my people in blue, all 10 planks coming to a theater near you. America's getting plundered and stole. I told ya, everything is under control. And we can do this all day. First cat to record a song at 18th and Broadway. I will not play the victim, but I will mimic the perpetrators and tell you how they gon' stick them. If we do not grasp the fact, they wanna put a microchip in your ass and zap. Anyone who doesn't conform to the new laws, men are no longer permitted to have 2 balls. You can have one respectively. Don't forget to go get your testicular-rectomy. We're giving you the benefit of the doubt because we trust ya. We're catchy tunes from Russia. For Safajka, cause we love ya. And we got ya. Catchy tunes from Russia. Just to soothe ya. My Natasha, my babushka. Catchy tunes from Russia. When you hear what I've got to say, I'm sure you might want to turn your head the other way. But if you dare trip with me, I will take you on a ride. You will see just how you can prevent genocide. Everything you think you own has been lent to ya by a predator with a monopoly on terror. There's no competitor. America's a dead nation getting deader to supine to to its sovereign. You cannot audit your creditor. They ship the drugs and run the prisons, etc. You can't find one mainstream newspaper editor. If you get upset, who you gonna write a letter to? Your congressman has been vetted, and so has your senator. The inventors of this creature are fortuitous. This world order, trust me, there ain't nothing new to this. The truth is just too illustrious and luminous for folks to know who they can trust and who Lucius is, or any other Rockefeller Foundation. 1,000 points of light, non-governmental organization. All that tyranny could be summarily dead in one fell swoop if you end the fad. Is a monster, and you'd be foolish to think their main goal is not to conquer. Your mindset, slave, don't ever forget, slave. You have just been turned into a bona fide debt slave. Officially, when you take the real route, there was a banker takeover, fuck a bailout. They got the public clamoring to stick their tail out. This is admiralty law, they rob you then they sail out. Ain't nothing new, eventually you'll see the cinema. They had this movie rolling centuries, if not millennia. No wonder why they wanna censor me, cause I get into ya. Been the treasury, the legacy, it needs an enema. The dollar's dead and now they nickel and they dime you. That was manufactured in a lab like the swine flu. Cast your vote today to kill the plague. These motherfuckers should be sentenced to death at the Hague. In the fed. That's what I said. How about that Alan Greenspan? What a maestro. Vacationing in Hades, he really has a nice glow. His money created what people call culture, carrying on the same traditions as Paul Volcker. It's so fun, why the hell it got to end? All these monetary funds, we still got a lot to lend. Let me take a little glance at my teleprompter friend. He could tell me what to ask Mr. Helicopter Ben. He's dropping dollar bills from the sky to offshore banks who like to fly. We got a candidate, he's very polished. NAFTA and GATT, all that will be abolished. Please disregard whatever you heard on your corporate television, it's forever absurd. Obama's got a lot of devils to serve, and they're all affiliated with the Federal Reserve. Dead the Fed. They own your body, this is true indeed. They got you buying worthless things you do not need. Everything we see happening is everything they say. We will not be sovereign until we go ahead and the
There seems to be a general movement in the direction of this kind of ultimate revolution, this method of control by which people can be made to enjoy a state of affairs which, by any standard, they ought not to enjoy. This, I mean, the enjoyment of servitude. The scientific dictatorships of the future, and I think they're going to be scientific dictatorships in many ways.
You're gonna have to turn your television off if you really wanna know what's going on, but it ever pleases. The great harlot has become drunk with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. Burnt offerings got you altering your thesis. Trauma-based mind control keep you chasing golden fleeces.
Don't let them snatch you out your wagon. To escape, you'll need a chariot drawn by fire-breathing dragons. To see the big picture, you simply must imagine the horror of Babylon and the Miss America pageant. Smirking at you fervently, with a certainty, giggling at the goyim, secretly calling them serpent seed. Cursedly, gazing upon every man, breathing so eager to ban freedom, reading from the Sanhedrin. Guarding the world's fifth largest arsenal, 400 warheads unofficially. You can't see them, hell-bent to conquer a land that's stolen. They created a monster, now they can't control them, the golem.
Can you imagine a world where no one suffered from?
You would have to stretch your imagination. Blood profiteers have taken over your nation.
Can you imagine a world where no one suffered from?
It's more difficult than ever before. If they had their way tomorrow, they'd make it against the law.
You don't know the laws until you read the protocols. Manufacture the golem, but first the Holocaust. A 16th century mystic, know the cause. Kabbalistic as Isaac, salvage from the Zohar. A savage who likes to bullshit on Sabbath. In it with witches, just to worship the planet Saturn. Talmudic euthanizer, shoot the two-timer. A Rothschild shielded, name change, new attire. Judeans conspiracy through the fire. Luke don't bite his tongue, he puts it through the wire. Literally atomic bite like Dracula. Finance from Kimberly diamond mines in Africa. It's a nuclear day, but the troops in the way. Stronghold molded from nuclear clay, the golem. Solely built to kill the goyim, deployed them. Holy shit, how you destroy them? Can you imagine a world where no one suffered from?
You would have to stretch your imagination. Blood profiteers have taken over your nation.
Can you imagine a world where no one suffered from?
It's more difficult than ever before. If they had their way tomorrow, they'd make it against the law.
Manufacture the Take the dust and make it into a shapeless husk. Sculpt the form with a naked bust and bake the crust. Now they must place trust into the sacred figurine. With rigor they can rig a scene, they dominate the big machine. Disguising blatant lust for war as prophecy. But the prophets that guide them all are what they see. Hypocrisy, stopping the peace rally and claim to offer peace. Then ride the golem beast into the belly of the office feast. Aim shots at doctor, priest and politician. To replace deceased or on a mission. Above the law, beyond protest, behind a statuette. A world held hostage, no escape, a blind attack or threat. Exploiting states of fear to stage a crisis. They are the child of Al-Amun-Ra and Lady Isis. Decipher red heifer, now the clue is near. It won't get better, it's new and clear, it's nuclear. Smothered in corruption and professional denialism. Enemy of the free world.
You would have to stretch your imagination. Blood profiteers have taken over your nation.
Imagine a world where no one suffered from.
It's more difficult than ever before. If they had their way tomorrow, they'd make it against the law. Giggling at the goyim. Burnt offering.
Enemy of the free world.
They created a monster.
The globalists have got the power.
What?
The globalists have got the power.
They do, and you know who the global. I mean, you're hinting around at is that the political Zionists absolutely, totally control the presidency and Washington. It's even difficult to talk about on this show
Because it doesn't even do any good. I mean, it's just.
Shut up, bitch! They are going to release a bioweapon that is going to kill almost everybody. Now I want to explain something to you. This is guaranteed.
Yeah, have a hex. I will take the curse. Oh yeah. Throw it in reverse. All right. Damn, that was fresh. We don't tolerate no pretenders or the fun and money.
I think your mentality has done a 180-degree flip. I think you like to get tied up and lashed with a whip. Strung upside down, a jack for your shit. Covered in feces with thumbtacks in your lip. That's what you get when you fuck with the king. Making the wrong move will get you stuck in the bing. God bless America's a song you should sing. You're dealing with child molesters in the pedophile ring. Everything's under heavy control. From your puppet president to your petty patrol. When they protect the infrastructure, they'll be ready to roll. Fuck a mortgage foreclosure, they will lever your soul. Communication giants are spying on you from Venus. And you think it's coincidental, they own all the arenas. To know the outcome, it doesn't require genius. Verizon wireless services are interlinked with FEMA's.
Yeah, have a hex. I will take the curse. Oh yeah. Throw it in reverse. All right. Damn, that was fresh. We don't tolerate no pretenders.
No, this is a real radio show, Pom. Fuck you.
This is bubblegum truth hop. I got Veritas on my side in the end, my friend. What do you got? Probably mercury-free flu shots. You ain't touching this without oven mitts. It is too hot. You have blown up in the patriot community, and it seems you've shown up with immunity. At the gun rally in Austin, what you said the Bleich wasn't nice in your liar suit flossing. I agree. If I see you in New York, I hope you say something. I'm not Mike from ProThink. I will spray something. You're a fraud and you can no longer mask that. You can get your bullhorn and your ass cracked. You're the chosen shepherd and deceiver, $1 million patriot to make them all believers. The new world order star wide receiver, or just the ultimate fall guy like Coach Seaver.
Shut up! I'm telling you right now, most people listening to my voice right now are going to be killed by the eugenicist within the next decade. We are all dead.
You are not permitted to say the J word unless you want to die today. You could fly away like a jaybird. Your movement's been infiltrated on every level. Alex Jones has signed a contract with the devil. I have talked to several people who worked with them. They walked away in disgust, letting the dirt hit them. The legitimate truth seeker has been marginalized by self-censoring buffoons with stars in their eyes. It should not be that large a surprise when he tries to make Arabs a formidable villain. That is when I rip off the disguise. That is what you can get with 2.3 trillion. The Church of Jonestein does attract believers. They are chasing their tail just like happy retrievers. Excuse me? Alex Jones is a pussy, no doubt. I never heard the words Dov Zakim come out his mouth.
Yeah, have a hex. I will take the curse. Oh yeah. And throw it in reverse. All right. Damn, that was fresh. We don't tolerate no pretenders. All the fun and money.
They are going to kill most of the world's population. The helicopters will fly over, the jets will fly over at 2,000 feet. They'll hit us, and within days, leave me alone, you idiot. We're all going to be dead.
I'll smash your teeth in, whore.
Just destroying the republic. Hollywood is owned by the Arabs. Bye.
I'm going to end it there, guys. Yeah, she's 40 minutes away from me. So it's probably going to take more like an hour plus, usually with the way the roads are here. Oh, good night, guys. I'll talk to Derek. I'll see what he says. And stay out of trouble, whatever you do.